Yo, 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 what's happening, man? Sibling Rivalry Media coming at you. I know it's a different look for us tonight. We ain't talking Bears, we ain't talking NBA, we ain't talking NFL. We talking another sport, blood sport, Mortal Kombat, MCing, one of the main elements of the hip hop culture, man. We talking about the elephant in the room tonight. Clash of the Titans, man. Whew. Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. It's been extremely polarizing, and I couldn't even cover it by myself. I had to bring in the reinforcements, man. I got the West Coast the West Coast Don Gavin with me, and one of the illest MCs, overall hip hop dudes, man, from the Shy. B-boy, MC, artist, my homie Saya, man. 30-year homie too. So this ain't no fly by night stuff, man. And
Yes, sir.
we gonna get into this, man. This is some real polarizing shit, man. We've never seen guys at this level since maybe Jay-Z and Nas go back and forth and it get this crazy.
I was like, because this feels like I wasn't really old enough for it, but this feels bigger than the 50 Jada. This feels way bigger than the 50 Jada shit.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
this is by far, you talking about two of the top dogs going at it. Like, we're talking about the top of the food chain, not
Yep.
guys saying, "Hey, I want the top spot." We're talking about apples to oranges, yin and yang. You could say he's the top guy. You could say this guy's the top guy, and nobody's wrong. So
Right.
we're gonna run down this whole beef real quick, man. This is a layered situation, man. We talking about uh years in the making. Years in the making for
Yeah.
this beef, man. So a lot of diss songs to cover,
Hmm.
Roughly
and
10 years. Roughly 10 years.
roughly
Oh,
10
longer
years,
than
man.
that. We're
Roughly
Yeah.
looking
10
closer to
years.
12.
Absolutely, man. So to get it started, man, a lot of people want to know, how did this happen? Who kicked it off? Sai, I'm gonna come to you for this one, man. How did this happen? How did we get here, bro?
I was about to pass it to Gavin because it seemed like he might know the root of it. It seems like because Drake came out first, right? He dropped it, and then Kendrick and Cole came a year later, right?
That seems like how it goes. You know
Right
what?
around there.
I think we are gonna come to you, Gav. Like, we're the elder statesmen, man. This is right in your wheelhouse, your
I feel
goat
you.
and stuff like that, man. So we gonna come to you for this one, man. We're like, when did
Cole,
you first pick up on it?
Cole really kind of just actually popped on before both of them because he came through with Jay Z's camp. So he was coming
True.
through with Rock before we saw or heard about Drake through Wheezy or Birdman, and before we heard about Kendrick through Drake. I mean through Dre. And so, um, this we really started this. We saw this start to take off um, after you saw Kendrick and Drake on the Good Kid, Mad City album together on Poetic Justice. After that you don't see them on another track together. It's over after that. Then the Control verse drops, where he goes at everybody,
Yep.
and it kind of just simmered there. You saw a lot of subliminal shit over the next 10, 12 years. Little shots here with little subliminal shit that Drake's dropping, especially amidst even with his beefs with like Pusha and shit like that. And then you've got Kendrick dropping little stuff about pop dudes, this and that, in other tracks. And so this really started to kick off 12 years ago after that. And so I was looking at a couple different posts and off podcasts and stuff, and people were talking about, oh, how could Kendrick do this? Drake took him on tour and this and that. Kendrick's doing it because he sees, to my knowledge, Drake as toxic to the culture, like true, like and toxic to society, full on.
That's heavy. That's heavy to say that. Hey, man, you're toxic to the culture. You're toxic to society. I don't care if you took me on tour. I kind of want to chime in right here. So
Call him fake too.
yeah. He's been going at his neck. But I want to say this. So, and there we go. We back. So I want to say this. Hip hop is built on, hey, I'm the best MC. I'm the best DJ. I'm the best graffiti artist. I'm the best break dancer. I'm the best. Let's battle. Let's settle it. I think this is a little more hip hop than people are giving it credit for. Of course, they're mainstream heavyweights, but
Mhm.
I will say this is more hip hop than people are giving it credit for because Kendrick is basically like, hey, a lot of people think you're the top of the food chain. I
You
don't
don't even rap.
I don't think so. You don't write the rhymes. I'm calling you out. And that's extremely of the culture. That's how it's always been, it's how it operates.
Mhm.
Right. Biters have always been called out. People who aren't original,
Always.
people who steal work. So I'll be the first to say this. A lot of the problem with the hip hop audience when it pertains to this battle is we not really giving Drake a shot to even prove himself or a shot to even win this battle if he legitly wins it. He's got a lot of flaws. You cannot have a ghostwriter in rap. That's a heavy stain.
That's huge.
Now,
Especially in a battle. Like,
yeah, and now I honestly don't think he's using ghostwriters in these battles. My thing with Drake and Kanye is they really messed up by ever having ghostwriters at all. But I do kind of understand if I'm making 808s and heartbreaks, or if I'm Drake and I'm making like the lover boy side of things.
Right.
Sometimes you might need a songwriter that works with R&B artists to come help you out. I really don't have a problem with that because in a situation like that, you're just in a kitchen that has a bunch of different knives that another person just got one or two, and they just got to deal with those two. So, and the reason I'm bringing that analogy up is because they're not using this knife because they have to, and it's the only one they know how to use. They're using that one because they have the luxury of using more than one knife because they're in the kitchen with like, 4 or 5 different really fine pieces in there. So they're using all of them. Even it's going to always be a flag to hip hop to have a ghostwriter, but for something like that versus like Dr. Dre or Diddy, it's a difference to me. Like
Right.
Diddy and Dre, they need help. They can't write anything.
that's
Dre,
right.
I mean Kanye and Drake, they both admitted it, and kind of after the fact, which makes it a stain. After being
Indeed.
caught, they admitted like, "Hey, this is for like when I'm in the studio with greater minds and we're writing hits. This is what we do." Okay, I get that, but it feels like people are using that against Drake to the point where they're not even giving him a shot. They're not even allowing him to even do anything, and I think that's a little unfair.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I appreciate that perspective too, man, because it's like, hey, you want a combatant, you have to let him be a combatant. Like,
Hmm.
there's been a lot of bias, right? And a lot of people on the internet know me as Mr. No Aubreyism.
Yeah,
But it has nothing to do with his ability to be a dope MC, to be a dope artist. It's a
Mm-mm.
it's the
business.
man he is.
It's the
It's who
man
he
he is.
is.
It's the business thing with me and way back with Young Money Cash Money on some production stuff. So, but that's so long ago, I don't even care anymore.
Yep.
So, with you saying that, I 100% agree. Like, hey, because we don't like who he is, let's take that out of it. What the rhymes
Ill.
talking about?
I'm happy we're able to talk live about this because emotions get high.
100%.
I I 100 like I'm gonna defend Drake tonight. You're gonna hear me
That's
defend him
perfect.
and Kendrick. But
100%.
I also want you to know I don't like Drake because he's conniving and he talks to his friends' girls behind their back.
That's wild.
Um,
That's
Why
wild.
is everything over a
he
female?
he he pillow talks and he cuts corners to get to women, which is inauthentic to real men.
100%.
To a real man, that's inauthentic. He has a ghostwriter, which is inauthentic to hip hop. He kind of has moments where he does like sucker light skin shit, which is a hit to his character.
Just
So
just
like
gimmicky shit, like from his posts to the shit that leaks and stuff. Like, yeah,
he code switches.
Oh my
So
goodness.
so the reason I'm bringing up his flaws is because when I defend him, it's just me being genuinely objective and being
100%.
a fan of rap where I'm in a corner and none of these guys are my guys. I'm just saying like that was dope and that was whack. So I will
Respect.
defend him, Kendrick, and Cole throughout this whole debacle. Um, but it's just to put out there to people who think a side is being picked. I'm a Kendrick fan above all, but I'm not picking no sides. I was a huge fan of this battle to just sit back and watch it. So
It's been cooking.
yeah,
100%, man.
And
And
pressure cooking for years. We've all been waiting for it.
one of the
Yeah.
things I want to talk about, man, which is extremely impressive, considering how busy these guys really are in their personal lives and stuff like that, and in their business lives too, right?
Mhm.
The output was amazing for them
amazing.
to literally have us in the chokehold for a week straight. Like, when's the next one? And then they delivering, like, and it's not whack. Like, it's nothing. There wasn't
One whack track.
one track that was whack at all. You know,
Dude.
so
The one piece that I would give is the AI Tupac. That's the one thing that I'm like.
that may be my least favorite thing about the whole battle, the AI angle. But even
And that's one of my favorites.
it's super creative how he did it, because in my opinion, I mean, of course you can't get Pac's approval, but he's big enough to have ran that by Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Because I saw
Pac's
Snoop go
estate,
live,
yeah.
and Snoop was like, "What the hell is this shit, man? Hey, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going
What is
back to
this?"
bed. Fuck this.
And see, I'm the oddball that likes this song because most people don't like it at all. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna explain why I like it.
No doubt.
So just to the ear, it rides. I love that track.
Oh, it's actually sonically my favorite
Yeah.
disc that he put out overall.
That's
for sure.
that's my favorite beat of all of these songs. That's my favorite beat, and the flow that he chose to ride over this, it just rides. Now, if I can play devil's advocate, the reason I like this is because if I'm in Drake's shoes and I got 8 or 9 people coming for my head, because it's about 8 people after him.
Oh, 100%.
If I'm in a battle with 8. If I'm in a battle with 8 people, I'm gonna play the villain, and I'm gonna throw low blows. I'm gonna throw shards of glass. I'm gonna throw Molotovs at you. I'm throwing everything because I got 8 heads to take off.
You getting jumped, bro. You're able. You get the right to use weapons if you're being jumped, bro.
No, you have to.
And I'm gonna be honest. Anybody that disagrees with this, I actually fully understand why you do, because it was like he violated doing this. He violated. But the reason I like it is because, like, he's slinging mud. Like, he got all these people who used to be his friend 2-3 years ago coming for his head. So he just went for the juggler.
100%.
The reason I like it is because we were all waiting for Kendrick to say anything or show face.
Yeah.
And he used 2 of Kendrick's mentors to kind of like poke at him, like, bro, are you gonna get up or what? Like, we need you to get up for California and say something to this dude because he's beating you up.
Yeah.
So for him to use his mentors' voices like that without permission, that shit's gangster to me. And I just like it because the song is dope. But I do understand anybody saying it's whack. I totally get it.
Yeah,
totally get it.
It still felt to me like having somebody who could, like one of your homies that could fight real good and be like, hey man, dude talking stuff, man, go knock him out for me. You know what I'm saying? But
especially when you've already heard Tupac on Kendrick tracks before. We've already seen that with Mortal Man, and
which he probably got permission to do.
And shout out to the homie DQ. He on the same page with us. That was the hardest beat of Drake's side. Period. That
Drake's side, absolutely
crazy.
Yep.
That beat was crazy. So
no, but Kendrick's always been tight. Like they even the Shakur estate mentioned it. Like in their disapproval of Drake using the AI Tupac voice, they even mentioned the fact of how close, especially with him using it in the middle of a versus Kendrick beef, like with how close the estate is with Kendrick. Like Kendrick,
that's dope.
Always been close.
That's dope. Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's some good insight, man. I will say this too. All the other people that went against Drake, y'all lost.
All of
y'all lost, bro.
I'm not gonna say Metro lost because I've never heard of this beat.
You know what? Here's the thing with Metro. It's kind of weird, a producer battling, and that doesn't count in my opinion.
I feel it.
Somebody called it a distrumental.
Yeah, distrumental. Hey, that's crazy work. I like that. A distrumental.
Yeah,
But
You know what? If
BBL
anybody
Drizzy.
if anybody came out of this battle alive, it's gonna be Kendrick and Metro Boomin.
oh yes,
Because
Same.
for Drake to tell you shut your ass up and play some drums, and you remain quiet, and then you come back with a diss track that you uploaded for people to diss Drake on, that's tough. That's really tough because
you're not drawing
it's
here,
like
man.
Metro is the least expected guy to jump in this because he's a producer that don't rap,
Indeed.
and yet he opened a portal for other people to attack Drake at Drake's expense over his beat.
Yeah,
That was a power move.
that was the craziest
Was so
counterpunch in the
I've
whole ordeal, in my opinion, bro.
with
You
an
Because
never
Aretha
seen it.
and
with
then
an
he was
Aretha
like,
Franklin AI
and
singing
then
Yeah,
BBL.
as thirsty as rappers are nowadays, bro. He and he's offering like a cash prize too, bro. Like
yeah,
if
and a
you,
free beat. So like Metro really advertised himself and took a really heavy blow to Drake.
yeah,
That's a win. That's a win right there.
without
Hmm.
really even saying a word, man, and that's crazy. So he's the ultimate victor in all of this, man, because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, nobody's questioning his character. Nobody's trying to figure out if these personal jabs or anything does he have any flaws in the armor. They're just like, hey, I
Oh,
want to rap over that beat.
you said the word. You said something about his rep or some chinks in his armor.
Right.
That got me to think about what I saw today. Did you see that calling him Metro Grooming now?
Yeah. Yeah. See, everything
Yeah.
is coming out the woodwork, man. Shout out to Cat
Yeah.
Williams. What's done in the dark is coming to the light in 2024, man.
But
I called
I
that
don't
shit
know how
early.
valid it is because they pulled his tweets up from like 2012, and he might have been close to the age 17 back then.
Well,
So
No,
yeah,
that's
Metro's
the
not.
thing. He was in between the ages of like I think they said like 16 to like 20,
yeah,
17 to 21, somewhere right around there when those tweets were
Yeah,
posted.
that hit way different than somebody that's like
And a 35-year-old.
37-year-old dude. Like, hey, when you turn 18, little girl, you
Hey
get to
yeah.
Millie.
come. You get to come
Hey
to
Millie.
the OVO Palace.
And,
Speaking of that, did you see that the OVO store, I think it was in France, got tagged with "They're not like us" across
Yes,
the
yeah.
window?
See, this is like
crazy. That's hip hop.
worldwide, bro. That's hip hop shit, though. Like,
That's hip hop.
and it's crazy that here's a curveball throughout the whole ordeal that I didn't see coming, man. And it was people complaining about the production, right? Like, I was like, I
I'm guilty
get,
for one.
yeah, but like, I get, I want to hear dope beats too. When you know, that's why like Jay-Z got so many extra points with Takeover, because that beat was just so much better than Ether.
Crazy.
It was way better than Ether. So it was like Jay-Z had aid and assist with the production. Like you got Kanye on the boards, iconic sample, and Jay-Z just throwing darts. It's like, whoa. And then Nas comeback was like, all right, let me go ahead and get this. Who did Ether? Ron Browse, right? I believe Ron. I think they
I
Ron.
think so.
Yeah, Ron Browse does Ether, and it's a pretty synth heavy beat. Definitely not on the level of Takeover, but Nas's bars was so impactful
Yep.
and it was so
That
direct. Like,
Ether was
I mean,
insane.
he opens up the track, fuck Jay-Z. So you ain't no guesswork.
Oh, and no
Guys,
sneak,
yeah, there was no
nothing
sneak dissing in
subliminal.
our area, Sire, man. Like in our era,
Mm.
no sneak dissing was allowed, bro. You got to say his name in the beginning. Tupac said, that's why I F Joe B, you fat MFer, before the beat came on.
Yep. You know why? You know how Ill is telling the truth? Ill is telling the truth because when Biggie did Kicking the Door and all the stuff he was doing, I thought it was so strange that somebody his stature wouldn't name names.
He wouldn't say Tupac name ever. But you
And
knew what he was talking about.
to me, I thought that was strange because everybody else would say names.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Biggie was low key the first guy that
Go subliminal.
never said nothing. He did all subliminals. Like,
And had
Even
smoke for
that,
like four people.
yeah,
and even
because
and
like if you listen
right.
to Kick in the Door, he's dissing Nas, he's
Raekwon,
dissing
Ghost.
Raekwon and Ghost, he's dissing J. Rue the Damager, and he low key diss Premier. Like, hey, I
True.
know you gave me this dope ass beat, but why you running with these clowns?
Hmm.
I just wish, and that right there was the start of the subliminal diss record. Like
I feel that.
think he's talking about. I know he's talking about him, but he ain't say his name. So
Right.
that was very.
That's also the
very
reason
against
why
our
I
will.
always thought that Who Shot You was never aimed at Pac. That's part of the reason why I never thought that was actually like. There's always been that theory, and this is before my time that I'm speaking on. So like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's always been this theory that Who Shot You was a subliminal track at Pac, because like if you watch the All Eyes on Me movie, the way that they
Right.
perceive it is that Pac kind of went stir crazy while sitting in jail or prison that time, hearing Who Shot Ya and getting to the point where he was literally paranoid, thinking that it was Biggie who like put that out there, like
Right.
that track
Because
was aimed at him.
I might be messing the timeline up too, but Biggie made Who Shot You after Pac got shot, right?
So it released around the same time,
Yeah.
but that track was laid 6 months before that.
Yeah, that song definitely was done before he got popped. So like
before the shooting
before Pac got shot. So
in the elevator.
It was just a hell of a coincidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like, I don't know if Pac's paranoia kind of like pushed the narrative to the rest of us.
So
like, yeah, that was a diss.
That's 100% what it was though, because the track was post dated before the event at the Quad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
before Quad Studios.
So that's what happens when you do subliminal disses. Nobody really truly is sure.
And like I said, it was perfect storm. Pac's sitting in prison at the time.
He's sitting in prison, shot up, and then this record comes out and you already paranoid. That's the type of that subliminal stuff is what, and that's why, and just so we don't go down that avenue, I'm glad that these two hip hop heavyweights decided to be like, yeah, I'm saying your name.
Straight up.
Kendrick said Drake's name.
To that point, that's why I'm going to give the credit to Kendrick on, because like I said, there's been subliminal shots kind of back and forth over the last couple years, but when Like That came out, he was like, hey, there's nothing subliminal about this. Fuck the big three. Like, and then he dropped what came out right? What was then he dropped Euphoria and literally said his name multiple times in the track.
Yeah.
So
the cool thing about that, for those of us that have been following this all the way back to 2010, even though all three of them have been like subliminally taking shots at each other at whatever given moment, I think most of us knew after First Person Shooter, the next time we heard from Kendrick was going to directly get at them.
Oh, absolutely.
I had a great idea that was going to happen.
Absolutely, it had to happen, man, and I'm glad it did that way, because at the end of this battle, as it's winding down, and we don't know if there's going to be any more shots fired.
Right.
Nobody.
It could be no more shots, or we could only be halfway through. Like it could be nowhere close.
At this point, I don't want to hear any more songs. You know what I'm saying?
I don't either. Under one circumstance, the song comes from the guys that got clipped already on the sideline. A$AP Rocky, Rick Ross. I don't mind. I don't mind hearing from them because it's a fresher perspective. They might kick something else up. I see Game is extra eager to get some attention right now.
You know he can't wait for the clout. He's like, come on, I wish, please, somebody say my name.
Dude, I'm so happy Eminem ignored him. I'm so happy M was just like, I'm not saying nothing, because the Game, he starts beef with people that it's just like, what did that beef with Kanye? You were in a video with Kanye, and now you're talking about what you did to Kim Kardashian. Why are you doing that to him?
Like, Game, your best tracks are with 50. Why are you trying to start shit with 50's? Like,
it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's how you know somebody is chasing it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop clout chasing, man. Like, a dude like Game is super, super established, bro, and has hella dope records and arguably a classic album. You do not need to clout chase and bait people, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's baiting people. Like,
and just like Drake, I can fully admit the talent you have, but you kill it with who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Game is elite. lyrically. Why
Yeah,
are you such a
no
goofy
question.
though?
See, it's like on one side of the coin, right? And I'm glad you said that because a lot of us we want to be extremely neutral. Like, hey man, I just want to keep it about the music. I just want to keep it about the bars. But these dudes go out of their way to do so much goofy shit. It's that
They make it hard.
you gotta count that. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like
have to
like like Drake, we have proof of you grooming underage girls, bro. Like it's not hard to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like so with
and
the
then
whole
even
back and forth of words,
and did you see that one? Did you see that one? The tweet by that chick that he brought up on stage a couple years ago or whatever, and she was like, "No, no, no, I was 17 at the time, and it was the people
right?
around me.
100%.
It was just camp that brought me on stage." So now take that a step back, like, so like, okay, it may not have been Drake, but like, it's the people in his camp, which is exactly what
Right.
Kendrick was
And that
referencing.
made it
Like,
even worse,
Right.
right? Because
like,
it's now it's like what kids say on house party. These guys are a bunch of rump wranglers, bro. Like now you run with a whole crew of weirdos. Like I would have
Yep.
see, and that's what happens when you don't write your own shit. Because I would have been like, hold on, I gotta be careful about this bar right here. This might backfire. You know what I'm saying? He
Right.
just ran with it, and it's like
And just like Gavin said, like even if it's not you this time, it's one of your guys because who is this Baca guy?
100%.
Like ain't don't he have a record for doing something like sexual assault or
Yes,
suspect as fuck.
super
yeah?
suspect,
So
bro.
like it's like if it don't hit you, it's hitting him or him. So
And that's
guilty
who
by
you surround
association.
yourself and your kid with.
Yeah,
Right.
bro. It's a slippery slope. That's why you got to be careful what you say because people are dissecting every bar
Okay.
with the sharpest scalpel that they can find right now. And it's like, hey, hold on, what'd you say? Wait a minute, that means your homeboy and them weird. Hey, okay, so let's talk about. I guess we go in reverse order. Let's do it. Yeah, let's go in reverse order. So
I was like, I
Okay.
had one point that I wanted to bring up real fast before we do that.
okay, so
Like,
get that out the way, and then we're gonna go in reverse order. We're gonna
I was
start
like,
at
because you two are in the music, like you two are in the music industry. You guys are
100%.
experienced with it.
Absolutely.
I'm not. I'm still learning how to play this guitar back here.
Yes, sir.
Like, I wanted to ask you if you guys caught that bar that Drake had, where he talks about A minor and then B sharp.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
B sharp is not a note. It's not an action. There's no actual B sharp.
No, not at all. It doesn't exist. As a guy who composes for real and can write and read sheet music, that does not exist. But
It
that's
was a good effort though because he was like B
He's trying
this
to play
D ain't flat.
flip it.
yeah, it was just a play on words, man. And see,
Yeah.
we also gotta not be so critical. We could be critical of the people, we could be critical of the songs, the production, but let's not take the fun out of it by
No, I feel you.
psychoanalyzing stuff to the point where we're looking for every inconsistency because it's a
Right.
battle. Like it's just like if we were sitting here cracking jokes on each other. Like I could say something that's completely untrue, and if the people laugh, the people laugh. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I feel
Right.
you. I just
So
thought about when you brought up bars that like might might backfire, like ghostwriters, like if they are ghostwriting, like that was a bit sloppy, but
oh, but see, that's what I'm
it
saying. Like
worked.
you're listening with such a critical ear that this is how high profile this battle is. You're listening with such a critical ear that even the smallest inconsistency, like, hey, but that don't even make sense, bro. Hold on. A
True.
lot of people are listening like that, especially if you're taking a side. See,
Mhm.
the three of us are neutral. Like, I'm going to sit here and say, Mr. No Aubreyism right here is going to sit here and say, if Drake was really bodying Kendrick lyrically and
I
the
would admit it.
responses was lackluster, I'd be the first one to be like, dang, Kendrick letting me down, bro. He getting cooked.
Yep. Yep. As a responsible hip hop participant, I'd have to tell the truth.
I have to tell the truth, bro.
I have
And
to.
100%. And it was times during this battle when it was like, hey, come on, Kenny, hold on.
Yeah.
You lying to yourself if you don't think there was times during this battle
Oh,
where
absolutely.
you were like, hey, Drake might be getting you, bro. Hold on.
You
Like,
know,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest. I had Drake up at 3 different instances
About 3
because
records in, I had Drake up 2-1. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah, I had
And I
Drake up
really
when
sat with
he
those records.
returned because when he did For All the Dogs, he was getting that usual criticism he gets, like, oh,
Yeah.
he's singing again, he's not rapping enough, the songs sound the same, he's whining too much. He answered the criticism on For All the Dogs, and I really appreciate that because
Absolutely.
those new 6 tracks called the Scary Hours, he crushed it.
Scary Hours was cold, and
He crushed it, but he was sending so many shots at Kendrick. I had him up because it was like, you know what? I saw some YouTube videos, and I know that they're subbing each other. Drake and Cole are bullying him right now. They're up.
yeah,
Kendrick is taking 3rd place because he didn't do good with Mr. I like Mr. Morale, but the consensus didn't like it. So for that to happen, for you to be criticized for being missing for 5 years, and then for Drake and Cole to increase their input, you're in 3rd place. So
Yeah,
I had him up
definitely.
then. I had him up with push-ups and Taylor Made,
Yeah,
and then I had him up when he did Family Matters. Kendrick just kept taking it from him though.
yeah, every time, man. Like, and once I think Kendrick really got immersed in it, he was like, okay, I'm about to really go low. I'm about to really go for the juggler. And I think he was just still coasting. 616, he was just still coasting. But I
Yep.
think, see, Kendrick is like, I look at it like it's boxing, right? Drake was like, you know what? I'm going to be Ryan Garcia right now. I'm going to throw this left hook and I'm going to try to knock you out right away.
Jump in the first round.
And Kendrick was like, nah, I'm a counter punch everything. I'm going to start slow. I'm going to take you into deep waters. And round 8, round 9, when you huffing and puffing, that's when I'm gonna unleash. And that's how it folded. It folded out like a boxing match, man, like a prize fight. And
Like,
100%.
To that point, I didn't have Drake up after push-ups just because the content of push-ups to me did not match what Kendrick put out with I guess Drake
Like
put
that.
like that. I mean, it still wasn't quite kicked off with like that. When after Euphoria came out, it's like it killed push-ups because push-ups it was talking about his foot size and his height.
It's like, yeah, like
I was like,
I don't think that Drake thought Kendrick would go that low. That's why he's like, it's kind of like, dudes doing the Jones and stuff, right? It's like, hey man, you know what I'm saying?
Keep
Hey
this
man, your shoes old messed up, man. And then the other dude's like, hey man, your mama a crackhead. Whoa. Well, I thought we were just talking about each other's clothes, and then now the floodgates are open. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of took that left turn. Like Kendrick was like, all right, I'm gonna be coasting. Let's see if this dude responds. And if he responds, I'm gonna take him in the shark infested waters. And what I appreciate about Drake is he didn't back down, man. And he hasn't backed down. Let's start from the beginning with that kid.
Yeah, that's the only
heavyweights has he faced, bro. Calm, Pusha T. I mean, man, bro, like these are guys who are elite level lyricists, and Drake got in the ring with them, man. That's got to count for something. It has to.
And slapped them up too.
Yeah. And it wasn't. I mean, man, bro, we call about what's the joint? Duppy.
That's one of the coldest diss records to me.
Bro, like
if he was going against anybody else that wasn't paying attention and on a game, he would have won with Duppy.
He would have won with Duppy all day.
He just unfortunately Pusha T was just that much more of a beast that he came to the ring to be.
Absolutely.
He just had the wrong opponent that night because Push wasn't losing.
No, 100%, man. It's kind of like, hey, man, Tyson lost to Buster Douglas, and we know who the superior fighter was.
Yep.
But everyone still knows who Buster Douglas is.
The motivation can change everything. You're fighting. You're fighting to get paid. You're not focused. Versus my mom just died. I'm going to try to knock your head off your shoulders.
Because originally I don't like Drake, but his only saving grace is I really like how he don't back down from nobody, and that makes me tolerate him.
Absolutely.
And
he has to be tolerable because of that very reason. 100%.
Yep.
100%.
And so where you got the people that they refuse to listen to anything Drake because they just think he's a sucker, he will at least make me listen to him because of that. How much he stands tall for himself.
Absolutely. And you know
So
what? You know what? He left one round in the chamber that could have completely shifted the scales of this battle. You are tapped in with every one of everybody's favorite producers right now, Conductor Williams. Man, you hit that man line and say, "Give me the hardest shit you got in the chamber, and let's get the backpack, all the quote unquote cliched hip hop. You know, we deal with it all the time. Oh, you're a backpacker. Oh, you're this, you're that.
yep,
You could go get a Conductor Williams beat, and you're going at Kendrick. You're going to get all of those people to be like, hold on now." I,
yep,
I'm listening different now because now I like the production too. You know what I'm saying? So even though he did have some good beats throughout the battle, I'm going to get the Kendrick went and got the heavyweights. He went and got Alchemist. He went and
yeah.
got
He went
DJ
and got
Muggsy.
Alchemist,
He went and got
right?
some real producers. So you go get Conductor, bro, and cook up something crazy because like him and Conductor's chemistry is crazy. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So why don't you
Who do you
use
get?
that?
He got Boy Wonder.
I think Boy Wonder, maybe Cardo, maybe. No, I know for sure Boy Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else's beats, I have no idea. But right then and there, like Kendrick's pulling at the heartstrings, man. Like he's like, oh, let me go get Mustard and turn up the West Coast. Let me go
Yep,
get Alchemist. And now every real hip hop aficionado is like, oh, that's Al on the beat. You know what I'm saying? You're pulling at the
yeah.
heartstrings at this point.
He went both coasts.
Is extremely calculated.
And,
So
and anybody that follows me is public now. I don't like the DJ Mustard beat, and everybody knows it. But even within saying that, because I hate the hyphy movement. So anything that's adjacent to it, I don't. I
yeah,
don't like it, and I can admit that.
you've been
But
consistent in that stance, and that's why I can honor
yeah,
you.
yeah, and that's why I'm laughing because I can admit that I'm hating on it. I just don't like the Bay Area sound, but I can still listen to that song and say, yo, he hit you with a haymaker because the one thing Drake's people say is Kendrick can't make a hit and he can't pull those units and those people in. And he did it right there. Now
He
it's in
did
the club. Now it's on NBA
it
playoff commercial. So
everywhere. Like
he won with that.
it's insane how popular that song is. Like
Yep.
you got everybody in the world screaming OV ho, doing their dances, doing their content to it. That to me, it wasn't Kendrick's best response, but
Nope.
because of all the circumstances that factor into it, it became like the biggest haymaker. Because
Yep.
now nobody like it's cool to just grab one of those lines like A minor, this, and these are real low blow jabs at Drake. Like
Yeah.
you're talking about people thinking it's fun. Like, no, man, they call this dude a pedophile. He call him a girl, young girl groomer. This is crazy work, and he made it fun for people to make fun of him,
Yep.
and they dancing to it, and it's a complete counterpunch that you don't see coming. I don't even think
So
Kendrick saw it coming.
yep. 100%. I don't think Kendrick realized how big he would do it with this record.
Yeah, it was just like, you know
I,
what, I'm having fun. I'm coasting now. I'm having fun. A lot of people think that I'm winning. I'm about to just
yep.
do something crazy off the wall, have some fun, and it ended up being the biggest haymaker in the whole battle by
Cause
accident.
I could be totally objective and say he went to the West Coast and he rallied behind them. He did something that most people say he couldn't do, which is produce a hit. And
Yeah.
then he made it sound fun, like a victory lap, like he knew he was in the lead and he was just dancing on them. That all of those ingredients make that song great.
Oh yeah, man.
Absolutely.
It's the perfect storm, bro. And
Hmm.
so since I wanted to work in
Yeah,
reverse, so
work in reverse.
and I so you gotta even playing off the names of the tracks, right? So Drake says, okay, because everybody I looked at a lot of the forums and X and Instagram all over the place, right? And Facebook, of course. and everybody was like, "Ooh, what if Kendrick drops the Heart Part 6? What if he drops the Heart Part 6?"
And then he took the name.
And then Drake was like, "Ooh, let me get out in front of that and take that from him."
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
really?
absolutely. That's everywhere on, especially on Twitter, aka X or whatever you want
See,
to call it.
that's the credit people need to give Drake. Is you gotta give him credit. He is
100%.
surgical.
He
He
100%.
he is a demon and he's surgical.
He's 100% using every douchebag tactic that he is
Because
inherited naturally
absolutely.
to try to win.
so Kendrick has the Heart Part 1 through 5
Yes.
Yes.
because that's
And
the
then
thing he's been doing.
Yeah.
And he just stumped
And
it.
Drake just ruined it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
As soon
He
as I
just
saw
put
the
a
Heart
brick.
As soon as I saw the Heart
Wow.
Part 6 come out, I was mad because I'm like, well, the Heart series is done for Kendrick. That's
yeah,
Wow.
he totally
Bullshit.
took that away from Kendrick, which is something long term. That's a
Yeah,
crazy.
oh my God.
That's a crazy counterpunch. Like, you know what? Everybody's expecting you to drop the Heart Part 6, and then I'm gonna beat you to the punch. But here's where now imagine if Drake
I'm
dropped
just catching that now.
Absolutely, it's so layered, bro. Like, it's easy to miss like huge
Dude.
opponents of this battle. So that's
He
what I'm
just picked
saying.
Kendrick's diary up and scribbled in it.
All day long.
Yeah, he
All day
literally
long.
took the 12th page out, ripped
Took-
that shit out, and said,
yeah,
"You can't have that.
Whoa.
You can't have it. You can
That's
have this.
heavy,
you can have
bro.
Part 7, but every time someone looks the heart up, my shit's gonna pop up too."
100%.
Oh my God.
Now imagine had he approached that with a Conductor Williams beat. He
Damn.
might have completely tipped the scales in this battle. He might have completely tipped the scales of the battle, bro. And the Heart Part 6, the beat is actually kind of dope.
Yeah.
I would have went and got Conductor if I was Drake for that Heart Part. If I'm gonna try to steal his thunder, I'm gonna pull my best trump card. Go get my best producer who everybody like. We talking about hip hop. We ain't talking about all your top 40 fans. You need
Yep.
hip hop on your side. You need the culture on your side. Hey, it's one of Kendrick's strongest bars in the battle. I'm with the culture feeling. And right now, everything you seeing is the culture speaking up for Kendrick. I'm
Literally.
with the culture's feeling. Like any like everybody's rebuttal is an extremely personal jab. Like, man, Drake winning. Man, he a pedophile. Like, whoa. You ain't even gonna go to the lyrics?
Nope.
Right.
Man, I like you go, hey man, I think I got Drake up. I think it's hey, I think they're split down the middle. How? He touches little girls. Like, people are going directly to the harshest facts. Or
Yep.
we don't even know if these are facts, but they're going to the harshest bars because it's out there. And
Mhm.
the fact that the Heart Part 6, one of the first things I expected Drake to say was, hey man, I'm willing to shoot. We need to fight behind this pedophile stuff. As opposed to saying, hey, if I wasn't a pedophile, then why ain't I in jail? No, don't do that,
It's
bro.
a real.
Now,
It's a real.
no.
Well, if I was lying, my pants would be on fire. Argument. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
come
Like,
on.
don't do that, bro. Because now people are going to take that
Now he's on the
scalpel and cut
defensive.
deeper.
He's
It
on the
looks
defensive. He
defensive.
looks like he's.
It looks like you're defensive, like you're backtracking. No, I'm coming out. Hey man, we don't play that. I can't call none of y'all. I can't say,
You
hey
gotta
man, y'all
snuff it
touch little
out.
girls without y'all being like, hey, I don't care that you former D lineman or none of that. We got a box. Right there, that kills the whole. Hey, you got to put some testosterone on the table right there, bro. You can't call me out on something that serious. That's an allegation where I saw something
That's a
floating
career
around.
ender.
That's a career ender. And I saw something floating around. The homie Jeff the Illest shared it, and it was something about Universal Music Group. They mediating like, hey, y'all got to
Yeah.
take this shit down. I don't know if that's true. I hope it is, but I'm not sure, so I'm not going to run with it. But if they're getting in the way, because the corporate aspect of all of this is going to supersede everything. They're going to be like, hey, there's money at stake now. We need cease and desist. We need this, that, and the third. We need defamation suits. It can get that deep. So
Yeah. So the Universal Music Group allegedly put that on hold. Like, no more dissing now because
Right.
y'all affected the money.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it kind of rings true because Ain't been no disses in what? We're approaching 48 hours now.
Yep.
Or longer than that now. It's
These dudes was
Tuesday,
dropping
Wednesday,
every
Sunday. Last drop
8
was
to
Saturday.
12 hours.
Last drop was
And
Saturday.
it
It's for 3 days now.
Yeah, it's been 3 days.
and then the seriousness rings true too, because if these allegations touch too close to home, I don't know if I want you as a Nike rep no more. So I might have to cut ties with you if I'm Nike.
100%.
I don't
bro.
know if I want you showing up to airline
Yeah.
arena.
Like this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
not, even though this is where hip hop and the streets have always been in the romance. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see who could really muscle up, because if you start costing people endorsements, now it's almost 100% guaranteed to get physical or violent.
yeah.
And
Oh, you know how bad I want to see at the next like award show Kendrick walk up and snatch his chains.
but see, this is slippery slope, man, because every dog has his day. Anybody could get lucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't see either of them dudes as a physical threat in no kind of way. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Like,
you.
it's like, us being from Chicago side, it's one thing to be embraced by the gang bangers in the streets and all that. It's one thing to really be a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
hmm
And
No,
a
and Kendrick's always taken that point of being like the guy who watched that all happen.
yeah, 100%. He was the guy. They was like, all right, man, we really finna have a shootout. Go in the house and write them raps. Same, like, and I'm gonna be real with everybody and transparent on the internet. Like, I wanted to be Black Stone bad as fuck, and then they was like, oh, you could play football and you could rap a little bit. No, go in the house, homie. We don't need your extra muscle. I think we got this. You know what I'm saying? Real OG shit. Like, hey, go in the house. But
Right.
you talking about this much money and clout involved is like, you know what I'm saying? The bounty hunter, no, excuse me, the Mod Pie rules running around with Pac and Suge back in the day.
hmm
Ain't nobody more manipulative than a street cat. They see any kind of way to get some food, they gonna go eat. So they looked at Pac and Suge as food, like, hey, we gonna back you. And then that
Right.
shit got real reckless real fast. So right now, I hate to say this, bro, because everybody wants to see blood. You know what I'm saying? But
Fucked
I
up folks
need
we
this
live in.
shit to not get out of hand, bro. We don't need no more dead rappers that ain't drill rappers. Real shit.
Right.
Drill rappers, they know what they signed up for. They know what comes with that. We talking about top tier lyricists. We don't need to see no more Pac and Biggies die, bro. That shit dead. So if it's getting that crazy, where motherfuckers is on the internet talking about, yeah, the weekend had some people go shoot up Dre crib. Cut that shit out, man. Y'all making too much money. Y'all ain't really like that. Y'all entourages could be, but y'all ain't really like that. Cut the shit out. Get
Yeah.
back to the money.
Because didn't one of weekends people get hit like 3 weeks ago?
Yeah. So it's some underlying, like, it's always going to be some underlying street shit going on when you feel like you got to muscle up in any kind of way.
Especially
Yep.
the game that
And
they're in, man. Like,
you can't control your dogs for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they want to go do some street shit, they're gonna go do it, and you better have that bail money. Now you're gonna lose the public opinion and the street credibility. So
Yep.
shit getting wild, man. And I want them brothers. If it's at that level, let's cut that shit out. You know what I'm saying? This shit can
And
go away. We were all thoroughly entertained, but this shit can
and
go
it
away before somebody else gets fucked
and,
up.
and crazy enough, Drake is the most dangerous one, because
Absolutely.
after a few years of having a lot of money, fucking women that he probably was too square to get before he got the deal, he actually, you could see it in his persona. He's definitely beefed up with his
entourage.
toughness.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
toughness too. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he's strapped up and willing to shoot some shit just to prove to people that he'll do it.
It gets that
That
deep, bro.
that's what happens when people finally get to jump off the porch and they get overzealous.
We watched it happen with Pac.
Yep.
Pac was literally a more acceptable form of Drake. Let's be real.
Yep.
He
Yep.
was an
Because
artsy kid.
I don't think Drake is a punk. I
No,
think he will square up with somebody, but he had to grow into that after getting everything going to his head.
like think about it, right? Think about the bully approach, right? Even growing up in the hood and shit like that, growing up, all of us, that kid you poked at after so many fights, after so much bullying, he not no punk no more. He's
Oh
tough.
no, I
He's
mean
battle tested.
talking about
So
Right.
like current day is considered school like it's taboo, but school shooter syndrome is a thing. Like it's a thing.
it's a real thing, bro. And he got
Yep.
all those vibes, bro. Except it ain't gonna do it at no school. But he may have his entourage or may even be compelled to do something. You know, motherfuckers are
Yep.
crashing out for no
He
reason nowadays.
he might be. He really might be willing to call a shot.
Yeah.
And that do take balls to do. But
I
the thing
mean,
is, like Drake
there's
has been picked on for so long, he will drop his balls for that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
if there's controversy, if something like that were to happen, like the unfortunate thing is the controversy around that and Drake, it wouldn't be the first time.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't. So we already know how deep this shit can
'Cause
get, man. So and you know, we don't want to make it seem like these dudes are super thugs, but the people around you very much so matter.
Yep.
But in ranking these songs though, man, let's pivot this way.
Yes, sir.
Uh
what happened to X in 2018?
so Heart Part 6 could have been lethal. Very strategic play on taking the page out
On
of
the
Kendrick's
name.
diary, but still just not potent enough to put a nail in the coffin. We go backwards to uh what's what like You Not Like Us, right? Accidentally a top 40 smash. That's gonna be, it's number one on the
It's
charts
number
right now.
one.
It's number one on Apple Music. It's number one on the charts on
It
Apple.
actually broke the record for single day streams.
That's insanity for this record.
That's crazy.
It says a lot about us as a society too.
That's
Unfortunately,
crazy.
Like more than
unfortunately,
ever. Can you imagine Biggie and Pac going through this type shit with social media around? Oh my goodness. So, but yeah, Like Us turns out to be a smash hit.
not like us.
Yeah, Not Like Us turns out to be a smash hit,
That
a West Coast anthem.
that
Now
that's a 9
a
on a
world
minimum to me.
a worldwide dance craze. Content creators are going berserk with it, and it's potent bars in there. It's a little childish how he delivered it,
Yeah.
It's fun though. He had
but
fun with it.
it's fun. It's like a really good person in a roast, and he's cooking. That's
Yep.
what that feels like, man. So we'll say I'm gonna go 6 out of 10 for the Heart Part 6. No pun intended.
Um. Yeah.
I'll give
Because
it like a 5 or
it
6.
it wasn't really effective, but he was really spitting in that song.
Yeah. And if he
It just
would
didn't work.
approached it a little different,
Yep.
he could have really connected. I think the production on that one, he should have went real hip hop with that shit. He would have
Yep.
really connected with that shit. I would have went and got Conductor. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10.
I give it a 5. Like the biggest thing for me that we're seeing through this whole beef, especially since we're working backwards, is that throughout all of it, Kendrick showed that he's been able to switch his flow, switch his style, switch his whole way he raps through
True.
each different song, and killed every single one.
Yeah, like
Like
you really starting to see the
Drake sounds
upper
the same.
echelon lyricism and being able to deliver bars and stuff. Like
Drake just sounds very similar in all of his music.
Drake, and being a chameleon, I was surprised that he 2-bar rapped his way through that battle. If
Mhm.
that makes sense. He's setting up his lines to everything to connect 2 bars at a time. Hey, look at your shoe. It rhymes corny, blues clues. Like he's setting everything up 2 bars at a time. Whereas Kendrick he's using drill cadences. I'm rapping.
His
calm,
rhyme schemes on some of
fired
them are
up.
insane. Like
He's showing. It's like let's go back to the boxing analogy, right?
mhm.
Drake is very much so like Ryan Garcia. I'm gonna fire this left hook, and if you walk into this bitch, you going nighty night. Whereas
Let's
Kendrick is like
set
Javante.
this up.
I'm a complete fighter. I could win with this jab. I could win if I'm hurt. I could win with a power punch, which
Yep.
not like us ended up being a power punch.
Can win 8
He could
rounds
win.
in a
He
dog
could win
time.
backing up on his heels.
I could win on points. All of that. He showed he a complete fighter. Whereas in the grand scheme of things, when we watch boxing, we want to see the knockout. But winning with points, winning strategically also is a win. A win is a win. And I think that's where I'm at with it. So
You saw it for what 20 fights of Mayweather's career, that like the first 20 where he was actually came out firing, and then after that first 21 fights, then he was the best strategic defensive boxer we might have ever seen.
Hey man, once he hurt his hands, he couldn't be Pretty Boy Floyd no more. He had to go to Money Mayweather.
Money Mayweather.
I'm gonna hang in there and box for real. So not like us, man. I'm gonna go. I think 9 out of 10 is.
I give that a minimum of 9. Like I don't know if I can give it a 10 because 10 is such a tough.
I can't give it a 10 because I'm gonna agree with Saya right here. It's a West Coast bop, but if it wasn't Kendrick on that beat, you wouldn't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to hear that shit if it wasn't Kendrick. So
yeah, I
Kendrick
totally
brought out a flavor to it,
understand.
but
Yeah, I totally understand what he was doing and why he did it. It sounds like a victory lap, and
yeah,
for him to put it in the order he did, he put it where it kind of seemed like Drake didn't really have a chance coming back.
he
So it
felt
was
like
perfect to play it in that sequence.
Yeah,
And then me getting past the beat, he was really saying some stuff on there.
oh yeah, definitely.
So I give it an 8.
All right, we got Poppy Amon chiming in. He said, although the hard part 6 was a deep cut, the drop in endorsement money is now crazy to see. Ooh, long-term shit. So working backwards. All right, so I think we all can agree we're about probably at a 9 out of 10. Maybe
Yeah.
an 8 for you, Saya, because
Saya gave it
Yeah.
an 8. You and I be
he
both
called
gave
it.
a 9.
I got to go back to your Facebook post. I was in tears, man. I think you called it like circus clown porn music or something. I was in tears.
Yeah.
That was so vivid, bro. I was like, that takes some imagination to even think of some shit like that to call a fucking beat, bro.
and some people was really mad at me too. It's like, man, let me have my opinion though.
That's
Like we all got it.
And
I think Black Thought is the top 3 MCs. Everybody disagree with me on that. It's okay.
it's funny too because nobody we're talking about tonight wants to step in the ring with that guy. I wouldn't want to rap against Black Thought in no way, shape, or form.
Nope.
He's too
Nope.
sharp. He's too polished. You can't use the success route. He's a part of the most popular hip hop band ever. He has really no chinks in the armor. Like you would have to go and find his social security number and really dig for some chinks in the armor or somebody like that. But
Yep. Him and Rakim are like the most sucker free MCs.
you can't.
Black Thought, Rakim, Scarface.
Oh yeah, it's hard to find stuff against those guys, man. Like they have real bulletproof resumes, man. So
Yep.
but we're working backwards. That
So
brings
we got 2 out the way, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
we're
got
working
the last
backwards.
2.
And this was a back-to-back from Kendrick this go round.
So he goes. So
he
yeah, it
goes
goes Hard Part
back.
6 to Not Like Us to
Okay,
616 in LA.
Okay, boom. And speaking of that, we got DQ tapping in. He's been in the comments going crazy. Let's get his comments out here. He's fooling with that record. So 616, man. I'm gonna go ahead and rank it first. Not rank it, but rate it. I'm at about a 7 out of 10 with that
I was gonna give it 7.
because nobody really. It took Kendrick a while to get going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it took him a little while to get going. He was like, I'm gonna come out and rap, and then I'm gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Low key, I guess it was one of those records like, I don't really take this dude serious, and I'm gonna just coast. It kind of felt like that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was the first track that came out after Euphoria for him.
Right.
So like, and Euphoria to me, and we'll get to that in a second, but like still seemed like more warning shots of like, I did this more to see who's a better MC, who's a better lyricist. Don't take it personal. And then
he said that. he said that, like, hey, be careful. You know what I'm saying? This could get ugly. Like, let's just keep it about some rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at about a 7 out of 10, man. DQ, let's get his comment out here.
I give it an 8.
Okay, I want to know
Okay.
why. This is good content right here. This is good
Me?
content right here. So yeah, for sure. You got 8 out of 10 is high.
Oh, I give it an 8. Because it just really worked. That's the Al Green sample, right?
Yes, sir. That's the
Mhm.
Al Green song.
I just think for the sake of a
Alchemist
song,
on the
this
beat
is
again, low key. Alchemist on the beat again, low key.
yep. See, for me, what I liked about Machine Gun Kelly when he went against Eminem, he really made a song that I could just play 10 times in a row because it just rides.
Yes,
Like
sir.
Mhm.
the Rap Devil was smooth as hell, and so that's what I get with 616 in L.A.
Yeah, it's a
He
dope record.
he seemed like he was in the lead, and this was kind of like a real strong arm. Like, yo, I'm gonna flow to this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get down to this off swagger beat and just really ride it and kill you. And I think he did that. It sounds really good to me. Like the replay value is really high on that one.
yeah.
So
Matter
I
of
got it
fact,
for an 8.
my bad. That sound wave on that 616 joint. Good call, DQ. See, that's why we need y'all in the comments, man, because y'all be on it. But let's also get his other comment up here. So, and that's a great perspective, DQ. Yeah, he was like, hey,
Mhm.
hey, God forgive me, I'm about to murder this dude. You know what I'm saying? It was a setup record. You
Mhm.
can't go wrong with the Al Green sample. And great call on correcting the producers, man. We got to make sure everybody get their proper credit. But
Yep.
I love that perspective, Si. I think that's dope. And 8 out of 10, man. I can't argue that, man. Gavin, where you at with that?
I give it a 7. The biggest thing that I liked about it more so than the song is because the song it's a Kendrick Lamar track. It's gonna ride
Yes,
pretty
sir.
much regardless. But the best part I thought about that was he kind of did what Drake did with the Heart Part 6 before Drake did it. It seems like the Heart Part with him calling it the Heart Part 6 and stealing K-Dot's thunder on that. Drake used to release songs at like, what was it, this 4 p.m. in Calabasas,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
the
3 a.m.
timestamp.
in 3 a.m. in Dubai, some random shit like that. Like,
his daytime location records, that's a signature Drake move.
Yeah,
and so he did the
that's
616
my
in
favorite
LA.
thing about Drake. That's my favorite thing about Drake is his timestamp records.
Mhm.
It,
And
it,
so like
those are the ones he starts rapping on.
Kendrick flipped
thanks.
it with
Like,
that because 616 in LA literally released at like 6 o'clock in the morning West Coast. Like I wake up to a text or mails telling me, "Hey, Dot dropped again." Like,
yeah, that shit is wild, man. So yeah, man, I think we in a good spot, man. So now we get into the nitty-gritty of this shit, man. Working backwards. This puts us at the third record, which is Family Matters, right?
Family Matters, yeah, came out right before 616.
Drake's biggest attempt at a knockout, Family Matters.
Yep.
Biggest attempt.
Yep.
That was the Ryan Garcia left hooked in the middle of the ring. I'm trying to walk you down and close the show. That was his biggest attempt at a knockout. He was there, okay, I'm going low.
And it got removed.
I'm going to talk about your wife. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about some.
I'm going to bring Pac in.
Yeah,
bring a fake Pac and a fake Snoop in.
We're going to chastise you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. It was crazy. And then, of course, the second verse of that joint, Drake spazzed out.
Yeah.
And this is where, like we was talking about earlier, this is where objectivity, I hate that people hate dude so much that they wouldn't allow themselves to hear it the way they needed to hear it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, don't because like, hey, you got 3 dudes in here that Drake really as a person ain't our cup of tea, yo. But Family Matters is a 9 out of 10 for me. Family Matters is a 9 out of 10 for me. Only reason why I didn't get a 10 out of 10 because he really he wanted to up the stakes with that record. The AI aspect is the only chink in the armor for that record. But you can even argue that because the approach he took with it. Like, I'm gonna use AI versions of your big homies to chastise you. Whereas the culture gonna
Oh no,
tell
oh no,
you,
we on Family Matters, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
matter of fact. So we that's family. No, that's not Family Matters. Then that's
You
So
you thinking of
You're thinking of Taylor Made.
that's
Family
Taylor
Taylor
Matters.
Made.
Made?
That's Taylor
Family
Made.
Matters.
So,
Family Matters was what he came out with the whole like
because Drake went
Crushing
back to back, right?
crunching the Grand Caravan and all of that.
So
And
Like really,
and I give that
So
10 out of 10.
So the Family Matters joint is the visual joint with
Yeah.
him setting the van on fire from Good Kid, Mad
crushing
City,
the
and all
van
that
and
shit.
setting it on fire. Yeah,
The visuals for that joint.
the
So-
Grand Caravan back here.
So I think if we got a 10 out of 10 on Kendrick's side, then that's our 10 out of 10 for Drake's side for sure. The visuals was crazy, and he was rapping on that joint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only giving out 110, and it's to this one. Family Matters is the 10. It's the strongest one in the whole battle.
I got another 10 coming, and it's the record before this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's crazy.
Or the Kendrick record before this.
No, we gotta talk about Meet the Grams.
Okay.
We gotta talk about Meet the Grams. And
So we went out of order.
we went out of
No,
order a
man.
little bit, but
Yeah.
actually at this point, he doesn't even care about the order because hip hop.
They released within an hour of each other.
Right, they came out back to back, so it's easy to like jumble them up because
Right.
they was rapid fire with these diss records. So we just gonna tackle
know
all
what?
of them.
Let's get back in order and go to that one then.
Right.
Okay, let's go back to
because it's just that one. So we mixed up just one. So let's go back to Family Matters. I mean,
Taylor
Meet
Made.
the Grams. Meet the Grams.
Okay,
Meet the
no,
Grams, which
Meet-
we
yeah,
actually
Meet the
because
Grams.
we actually talked about 616 in LA before Meet the
100%.
Grams, which came out after.
See, here
Yeah.
comes okay, we got Jabari in the comments with the cap. Hey, we shutting down all this super
Bias.
hip hop bias tonight, bro. We got to give flowers and credit when credit's due
Mhm.
tonight. You know what I'm saying? And this coming from Mr. No Aubreyism himself. Like, you could go get merch that I got circulating around with saying that. So, but I can't, for the sake of hip hop, bro, I'm not gonna be biased, bro. And
Yep.
we're not finna sit here. Oh, okay. So he's talking to DQ. Well, you need to add him, brother. Don't be coming in our comment section. You got
What the hell are we talking about?
Put at Daquan Northington, so we don't get on your heels, man. My apologies. But we're at Meet the Grams, right?
Yeah. So
Yep.
so we'll work backwards. Yeah.
Okay. In my
Meet the
opinion,
Grams technically.
the most menacing, psychotic record of all of them.
Yep.
Bone chilling beat, like it truthfully chilling beat.
Yep.
So, and I'm going to be a devil's advocate about that beat, man. Right? Like, I actually had a little exchange earlier about that particular record, and if we're gonna play the whole, I need to be able to groove to these battles. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people had a problem with that beat. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
Alchemist produced that record.
Right.
So, but that wasn't really, and this is why I say, hey, some people might need to sit this one out because that joint was about surgical precision. Like, hey, I'm going to take the pedophile stance. Here's why, and I'm going to lay it out for you, and I'm going to chastise
You as
You-
a father.
as a father, and I'm going to involve your son. I'm going to involve this alleged daughter that you're hiding
And your parents.
and your parents.
And your parents were raising a shitty son. Like, yeah, it was crazy. Like, to start the track off with Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father is a wild way to start a diss
Oh
track.
yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Lyrically, it's a 10, bro, because he was like, I ain't holding no punches back. It's yeah. To me,
Yeah.
in my opinion, that's the most out of bounds record of the whole entire battle.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
he
He's
said,
like, you want to
stuff-
take it personal?
It was the hardest
Personal as it gets.
it was the hardest personal jab by far.
And I stand corrected. This is a 10 too.
Yeah, like
This is a 10 too.
like that's crazy work to. I just want y'all to understand out there who's watching Facebook, YouTube, to call a man a pedophile is crazy. Like that's one of the
Wow.
worst. And we in Chicago, right? It's two things you can't call a man unless you want some gunplay or you gotta slug it out. That's a
Well, then man, he better
pedophile
hope to God
or
he
a
never
bitch.
sees
You can't
cell
use the
block
B
porn.
word and the P word, bro. The pedophile and the bitch angle is crazy as a man. We ain't talking about no rap shit. You call me a
Yeah.
pedophile, we gonna have to move some
It's
furniture. We gotta move some furniture, bro.
drop the gloves and furniture's getting broken. Fuck that.
We gotta move some furniture.
Like-
So for him to take that approach and stand on it and then tell Universal Music Group, nope, I'm standing on it. He's a pedophile. Prove me wrong. He really believed that this dude is a freak. he really believed
Like,
that Drake is a creep, bro.
Let me say that this is
standing on
pure
it.
hatred. Like these two like do not like each other. Drake may not have as much hatred towards Kendrick. Kendrick hates Drake. he truthfully does not like that dude.
And while we talking about for you to drop a record like Meet the Grams, bro, you really gotta hate somebody to go that far to be like, hey, bro, I think you're a pedophile, and I'm standing on it. So,
Right. While I'm talking to your parents about you.
how the fuck
Being
do
a
we
horrible
get
person.
there though? Like, what
Telling Dennis
really
to look and
happened?
wear a condom.
Something happened that nobody's talking about. For somebody pulled a pedophile card, bro, something behind the scenes went really left with them two dudes.
Yeah, I'm giving this one a 10 too because he took the approach. First, it's unique. He took the approach that he's laying Drake down on the therapist couch,
Yeah,
and drilling him about his life,
absolutely.
and then putting his father there like, yo, I can't believe you raised this loser. Like he's giving his family therapy right now.
Yeah, put them all on the couch.
Burning them.
Even little Adonis.
Dissecting
Burning
the
them.
whole Graham family. Like truthfully.
I like this comment
Burning
right
them.
here. I like this comment right here.
He did too.
100%. Eminem DMX bag level of respect. Disrespect, excuse me. And yeah, man. So I think to me, that was the record that really upped the stakes in the battle. Like, hey, I don't like you for real, bro. We ain't just bullshitting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think because this is after this comes after Family Matters, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
40 minutes.
Okay.
As you can see, like this whole entire battle is really a great level of creativity on both our artists' behalf because each record plays on the last one. Like, oh, you want to talk about my family? Okay.
Yeah.
You know it's not just stocked up, stored up stuff. Because that's the thing, like I've watched Joe Budden's podcast and he talks about how he knows Kendrick, like how he knows, or he's talked to someone who's in Kendrick's camp who knows that he's got 17, 18 minutes worth of tracks just stored up waiting to
That's
just drop
crazy
on
work.
Kendrick.
That's real hatred. That's real hatred to make maybe upwards of 10 or 15 disc records of somebody is crazy work, dog. That's crazy work. So
yeah, that was the song where, in my opinion, Kendrick never looked back.
No, he was
after Meet the Grams. Nobody. I don't think Drake got slaughtered. This was a real close battle, but when it came to Meet the Grams, I think that's where Drake never came back on top again.
100%.
Just took it.
That was the punch.
That was the end of it.
When you're in a boxing match and you get hit and you're hurt,
that
was the punch that really hurt. Like, damn, I'm hurt now. I'm the refs looking in there trying to stop the fight. But I still want to fight though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Kendrick never lost the lead after that part. He might have had it by 2 or 3 points, but he never lost it after that.
Yeah, 100%, man. So going back, and we're gonna wrap this up soon as far as just ranking, rating the tracks. So
Family Matters now.
So now it Family Matters. The visuals crazy because this is a very visual battle too. The artwork,
yeah,
from all
the cover art is crazy.
The cover art is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the joint where I think the internet started actually running with the theory of is this some false information being fed? Is it bad intel? It's kind of
Mm.
got started around this point and then accelerated it with the tracks we already covered. But
Yep.
this is like, hey man, is he feeding this dude bad intel? You know what I'm saying? Like people start running with that stuff. Like the internet has a crazy imagination, right? Like a lot of this stuff is fan fueled. Like we don't know who's doing what. So
Hmm.
that's why we got to remain super objective. But Family Matters, the bars were there, the production was solid, and the visual kind of take that over the top, man. I'm going. I think that gets a 9 from me, yo. That gets a 9.
So this originally is the one I was giving a 10 to.
Yeah,
So I say Meet the Grams, and Family Matters are both 10s, but this
yes,
is
sir.
better. To me, this was Drake getting hit by numerous people before he could send another shot back,
Yeah,
and just stepping back and making that shot a little bit bigger and just throwing an atomic bomb instead.
yeah.
That seemed more like
He
what
got
West
on.
Coast was
I
trying.
like it
Oh,
too. I like this record too. I like that you said that because everybody else that ain't Kendrick, y'all lost because of Family Matters.
yep.
Y'all lost. he
But
shut
it seems like he loaded up a bigger gun with Family Matters because he got pelted by a few songs at this point.
100%.
And he rapped over 3 different beats. He chose 3 different flows, and he just really assassinated one by one. It just knocked them out. And then the visuals, for you to respond to something that Kendrick did less than 24 hours ago with a visual, and you got Pharrell's chains around dude's neck, and you're answering things from like 24 hours ago in a visual.
Right.
That was the best. That was the best move of the battle
And
to do Family Matters with a visual.
and more importantly, man, it also brought out a key point in when you're battling anybody, and this is true art of war. I don't know, or 48 laws of power level shit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to war unless you got your resources right,
Mm-hmm. And you're
and
ready to go all in.
to be able to pull a visual like that off that fast is you
Man,
need money. You need money. You
right,
need money. You need resources. You need people that's in your corner that's willing to get in and get involved. Like, hey, let's do it. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
So
Like let's in theory, let's just say he recorded this video and he already had the Good Kid, Mad City van being crushed. He already had that
Fucking
recorded
the
somewhere.
the 07 Grand Caravan.
right,
Yeah, because that's a possibility because they didn't like each other for a while now. So he
yeah,
probably already made this video, but within 24 hours, you picked up a camera guy and a camera, and you recorded all the relevant things that you're about to say to answer this, day old this that you just got with visuals. So saying something about Pharrell's chains, come take it out my house, and all of that, that's new shit. So for him to go and have
yeah.
that recorded, that was so dope to me. That was the dopest move of the battle.
I agree. Jabari said he just wished it didn't take him finally 5 minutes to finally get to Kendrick.
I agree with that to an extent. At the same time, too, I kind of want to go back to Meet the Grams and so on Apple Music, it's a completely different cover art than what's on YouTube because Apple won't let you doesn't allow you to post other people's belongings as your cover art.
Right.
And so
Yep.
the cover art is literally Drake's dad's stuff.
Yeah.
It's Dennis's stuff, and so that's why that's why he couldn't have it on Apple Music because those pill bottles were Dennis's and all that extras. So I agree with him crushing the Grand Caravan and the visuals being super extra and everything like that. I loved the way that Kendrick unrolled 616 in LA with the quick zoom in of the Maybach glove, and then the full Meet the Grams with
That's real calculated. That's real calculated.
Cover.
But here's another curveball. Jabari said that was the wrong damn car in Family Matters. That was the wrong car. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. People are paying attention to the point where How the hell you that involved in this battle that you want to know if that's the exact make and model that was on that album cover? Like, we get the
I think
symbolism.
it's I think it's the same make and model. I think it's the wrong color.
I think it's the
No,
wrong
it's the
color or
right.
something.
No,
So
it's the
Yeah.
no, because I got the album right here,
perfect. See, this is what I'm talking
and we
about.
can
This is what
look
Hop
at it.
does for you.
That
That's
is the
definitely
same maroon, red, brownish.
Oh,
that's gotta
The
be it.
okay.
exact same. It's the exact
So
same.
it's the right one.
Same color.
It's the right one.
They
Yep.
might have used a Chrysler instead of a Dodge Grand Caravan. They might have. That might
Oh,
be the
Right.
difference.
see, man,
But,
look,
damn.
man. Go sit in the corner, Jabari. That's being Chrysler and Dodge, bro.
It's
Come
almost
on,
like
man. That's being
that's
real
funny.
nitpicky, but that's where people are at with this battle, bro. They like, no, it's not a Chrysler. That's a Dodge. Man, come on, dude. That's like saying Toyota, Lexus, kind of, right? They the
Yeah.
same shit, bro.
Chevy
the same.
GMC. Like,
It's the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, but people are deducting points based off the littlest context, clues, and facts, bro. That's how heavy this battle is, and that's what, going back to what we said in the beginning, it's got to be the top battle of all time. You know, this
For
is
me.
for
I
me. It
personally
is,
believe
bro.
so, but I'm also too young to have been around to really be relevant for like
Hey,
the other, like
it's a
all
lot
that
of
old
old heads that brought up MC Shan and KRS. I was like, cut it out, man. Cut it out, man.
like
We got
because you
one
got
dude talking about hip hop. He started in
like
the
you got the
park.
MC Champ KRS,
And
you got Biggie Pac, you got the G Unit Jada Kiss beef, that whole. I was too young for all that, so this is the biggest thing I've personally ever seen live.
and like
Like,
Yeah.
this is
The
to me where
the second
people
biggest
are
is
on the
Pac and
fence.
Biggie for me.
oh,
Yeah,
it has to be. They
100%.
both died. Like you have to. You
Yeah,
have to.
like this is that's the blueprint of where we don't want none of this shit to go.
That's
Yep.
the
Cut it out
WS.
before it get there. Like, cause now they trying to take it there. We talking about people getting shot and shit now. So hey, cut it out. Y'all ain't like that.
Jabari.
But the people around you can get real active. So hey, cool your jets. Calm your people down before this shit get really ugly. Really ugly. So
Because like you
we do
said,
not
we
want
saw
another Pac and Biggie.
like what we saw. Like you said, we saw one of Weekend's camp get shot a couple weeks ago, and then now
Yep.
Drake's bodyguard got shot outside Drake's crib today.
Yep.
Yeah. And we gonna cut this out too, bro. We cutting that out too, bro. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. I shouldn't even show that comment on the screen. Cut that shit out, man.
He goes,
No,
yeah,
no game
You
battle
agree.
is top 5 ever in the pantheon of none of this. Just because he
Yeah.
be chasing, he
Honestly,
be
not.
chasing it too much, bro. He be chasing
I
it too
could.
much.
I know we ain't doing that, but I could give you 5 that are probably solidified. You got Pac and Biggie.
For sure.
You got Jay-Z Nas,
Absolutely.
KRS MC Shan,
Yes.
LL Cool J, Cool Mo D,
Yes.
and probably this.
And
Probably
this
this.
And this one.
It's hard to get through that.
And I still got the 50 Jada like up
And-
there too.
And LL Cannabis.
Mm-hmm.
The LL Cannabis one. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
See, I can't rank that one though because Cannabis wet the bed so bad with his career.
Yeah.
If he would have been able to have a good run out of the gates, like his first album was so mixed review, like dang man, we wanted that to be a classic. And that's why Clef Fault, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
And I really like that album.
The album is dope, but he needed hip hop. See, at that point, Cannabis should have took the Nas approach for his
Yep.
first. Bro, this is my first out the gate. I need all of hip hop's elite to bless this.
Because they were all calling him the man and the next guy
100%.
up
He was next.
before ever
He was
having an
next.
album.
He was next, bro.
I loved it back then. It was like every Source magazine every month, somebody else would be praising Cannabis, and it'll be a quotable in there saying like, "Yeah, he's the dopest I've ever heard."
Yeah,
He was
guys
really
like
he
Source
was he
Wars,
was really touted. He was touted as the guy to be the guy.
it was the first
It
time
just-
I heard Tom just get washed on the track, bro.
Yeah,
Like, flat out get washed. Like, ooh, on One Day It All Makes Sense. that's the first time I was like, damn, Calm does not sound like the doper MC on this record. Like that's one of the first times that happened for me. So we got some other people chiming in. Okay. Here's a
People say, yeah,
very
the 50
very
50 data.
polarizing battle right here. 50 and Ja Rule. Okay.
Oh, 50 Jaw, and then the G Unit.
50 spanked him so bad, bro.
Yeah, it was too one sided.
It knocks him out of the top 5 for me.
Yeah,
It knocks him out of the top 5 for me.
totally agree. It was too one sided. And MC Shan and Karras one was too one sided, but it was so legendary for hip hop that I can't ignore that.
Yeah,
that turned into the Warriors movie.
Yeah, 100%. Like you had boroughs going at it.
Yeah.
You know, you had Queens and the Bronx going at it because of that, because of those diss records. And at the time, it was monumental. And we got to stop ignoring foundational pieces in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like we were just talking about, like somebody tried to discredit the Fat Boys. I said, don't do that.
No.
The Fat Boys are a huge reason why these rappers now are able to get money. So everything matters when we're talking about this is culture. We are who we are because of hip hop. So when people who really don't have any skin in the game, what I mean by that is you're not immersed in the culture. You don't know about graffiti. You don't know about DJing. You don't know about MCing. You don't know about breaking. I kind of don't even want to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not just rap music. Hip hop is not just rap music.
Mm-mm.
The way we talk, the way we dress, the way the world
culture
right now has the world in a chokehold.
Hey, you about
proved it.
You about to get me hyped now because when I try to, because the word hip hop has dangerously been diluted in the culture, and everybody thinks they're hip hop. But my thing, I always call people out with this one. When you get stopped at a train, your typical person is like looking at their phone or they doing like this, listening to music. The hip hop cat is looking at all the burners on that train going past you.
Oh,
we're different. We're a different people. We think and look. We focus, think, and look at things differently than you do. So we're the weirdos. We're the ones. We're the 5%ers. We're the ones that are like off on an unbeaten path doing our own thing. Absolutely. You guys aren't hip hop. So like I always say that, like in the 90s, when you walking down the street, you walking and like you crossing the street with somebody else, total stranger.
Yeah.
You could look at how they dress and how they walk, and you'll give them a head nod because you know he a hip hop head.
You can tell who up on it, bro. You can
we were internal and identifiable with ourselves, but now it's to the point everybody can argue with you about what hip hop is because it's so like open gated now.
Absolutely.
And I hate that.
It should have been gate kept way more intensely.
Yeah. We should have gatekept our shit.
Yeah. Because now anybody could just say they're hip hop without no knowledge of the elements, nothing. Just, hey, I like this rap song, I'm hip hop now. Oh, I like that outfit, I'm hip hop now.
That shit's always been so weak to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to break dance before I could ever get on the floor without probably getting into a fight. I had to learn and respect other b-boys,
100%.
learn the foundation, and when my foundation was good enough to be respectful, then you could get in the cipher. So we checked ourselves. You wasn't gonna get in a rap cipher and you couldn't rap. You wouldn't get another turn because they was gonna govern that shit. Like it's real MCs over here. Don't come over here if you're not talented enough to be over here with us. That's what hip hop was, and it pisses me off that you considered an old head if you respect the principles like that used to be that are no longer, and you're mad that they're not around no more, and you considered an old head just for having a passion.
Yeah, and that's extremely unfair, man, because that doesn't happen in any other culture.
Right.
It doesn't happen in any other culture, man. Like try look what's happening to Beyonce with the country music.
Oh my God.
They are gatekeeping the shit out of that, even though we started country music.
Right.
We started,
and it's our fault. It's our fault. If we cared about it and kept the gates up, we wouldn't have to worry about Beyonce being accepted like it's not her thing.
Exactly.
But that's what happens when you don't protect what you bank.
You have to protect it, man. And us being the way our people have, been indoctrinated into this country, hip hop is the only thing we can say is ours. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real, like
The minority culture. And let's be real, man. Like, look how Rick Rubin approached being a part of hip hop's inception. Look how passionate about it he was. Look how he was willing to safeguard the culture along with the founders. And that's how it has to happen, man. Or we get here where people say the age old dumb shit like, "Oh man, you should stop rapping because you 40." Rolling Stones and
Or yeah,
all
you
these
just
motherfuckers didn't stop touring. Like,
right,
why do we have
hit him with
to?
the you just an old head
Why do
bullshit.
we have to abide by these rules that are made up on the fly when we actually have rules, regulations, and foundations that are
right.
set in stone that are completely being disobeyed? It's like watching all the gang banging shorties right now do whatever they want because there's
Mm,
nobody to govern it.
right.
So, like, you see the wildest shit. Like us being in Chicago, I see GDs say GDK. I
Yep.
see BD say BD. I'm like, hold on, what's going on?
Right.
This doesn't
This
make any sense anymore.
and for you to say that, they'll call you an old head, like, oh, you out of touch. But it's like, no,
No, you don't.
structure doesn't have a old or new. Structure is forever.
Structure is
Y'all
forever.
don't have structure.
And that's
Y'all don't have
it.
structure. So like, I hate when people call me an old head because I'm actually trying to uphold the foundation and what it really stands for and keep it
Absolutely.
moving and like keep the integrity of hip hop.
Absolutely, man. And this is the downside of millions and millions and millions, hell, billions of dollars being at stake. The interest change. It becomes not culture anymore, but corporate. It becomes not a way of the people, but a way to get money. And that's when it ruined. Everything is diluted when you add money.
Yep.
Money does not make you cooler. You could be the richest dude in the world. That's one of the biggest things. Let's get back into it. That's one of the biggest things Drake faces. Everybody's like, man, we don't care what you do. You still a
You
lame.
corny as fuck.
They
Right.
think he's corny. That's one of the hardest stigmas to shake.
He
You
bought
can
his face card.
look, man. Even snitching nowadays uh, is
Gets a
watered
pass.
down.
Like
Nobody even cares no more. You got dudes snitching left and right on the internet.
what's happening with 6ix9ine? Like no one cares. Like no one cares.
Like, but let it be about hip hop and let that old head argument come in, man. They try to rule that with an iron fist over us, and we ain't going for it, man. We saying that
Yes.
right now. We ain't going for it.
That's why I'm such a hip hop snob because like, no, I grew up. I'm old enough to be. I'm old enough to be a kid when the founders were creating it.
Yeah,
And so I grew up. I saw what they created. I heard what the pillars were and the principles. And since I'm growing up with this in real time, I stuck to the principles.
that's it.
I'm not being an old head. I'm being a true head.
That's it. That's it. I love that, man. I love that, bro. So fast forward to what we're dealing with now, man. And the
So much
internet
watered
being
down,
here,
horrible music.
it's not even that, man. Is everybody has a way to give their opinion, even if they don't care about the culture. Something can just
Yep.
be popular, and now here they come with their think piece. Like, hold on, you didn't say anything about nothing hip hop related for 2 years. Now that this is the top of the food chain in pop culture, because these are the two biggest artists going at it. Now you're immersed in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait a
Yep.
minute. Like, you didn't. You know how many diss records and battles it's been since these guys. Man, it's been tons of them. Nobody cared, but let it be the top of the food chain, guys. Everybody wants to be cool. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let me give my 2 cents.
Let it be
And
Dot and Kendrick, let it be Dot and Drake, where they've transcended their own genre.
right, exactly, man. Because if this was Benny the Butcher versus, like, it just happened. Nobody cares
Freddie
about
Gibbs.
nobody cares about what Benny and Fred are doing, and it was fights and all type. They deaded it, I guess, but Muzz was getting beat up behind that.
The whole Chris Brown Quavo was taking a back seat to Drake and Kendrick right now, and it's happening at the same exact time.
That's because Quavo can't fucking rap, and that's
that's
goddamn shame that you, who considers yourself a rapper, loses a battle to an actual R&B artist, a singer. It's crazy work. But
dude danced on him all the way to a dub.
What it shows me is this: Chris Brown respects the culture more than a guy like Quavo.
Yep.
And that's how he was able to attack him in that way. Like, hey, you know what? I'm a focus on this cadence. I'm a focus on having an aggressive beat and saying some slick shit. And Quavo came back with the what's my man from Fat Albert? The dumb Donald bars, OBKB. Nobody cared, bro.
And it's funny because like what are Quavo and Migos albums called? The Culture. It's literally called like the Culture 1, Culture 2, Culture 3, like.
But see, you can only what Hov say? It's only so long fake thugs can pretend, bro. And my whole thing is this, man. Like, the streets and hip hop, all this is always been a romance between the two. But we was able to police it a lot better before the whole Pac and Biggie stuff. Like, nobody was dying behind no hip hop beef until the Pac and Big shit. And that's where, of course, here come the streets, the ultimate manipulative motherfuckers, where, oh, we get some money out of this shit. Oh, we could go be security for this rap. We could do, oh, hell yeah. Now you got Bloods and Crips and GDs and shit trying to be immersed in the culture. Hey, y'all got y'all own culture. Y'all got gang culture. Stay over there. You know what I'm saying? Stay over there.
Right, because now you got rappers got to check in now.
Not, bro. Rappers having to check in, which is, I get it. Because, I lived on the West Coast. Gavin's from the West Coast. But I lived on the West Coast and would be in LA and San Diego a lot. And the guys who was asking people to check in on some real, true safety type, hey, man, let us know that you here so these little knuckleheads don't run down on you. Because LA still got structure. Even them, as young and wild as some of them guys are, some of them little Hoover guys and the Bloodstone, them little dudes, they wild and reckless, but they still got to check in. There's still structure. So them OGs out in Cali be like, hey, tap in with me, man, so these youngsters don't run down on you. Whereas as you come to Chicago, the kid boys want you, they just gonna run down on you. Ain't checking in with nobody. Because nobody exists for them to check in with. It's nothing. So it's all relevant, man. It's all relevant. And let's pivot to this, man. We got 2 more records to cover, right? Or 2 or 3.
Seems like a few.
Nah, because we just did Family Matters, so we need to get to
and then we already did 616, which was something I wanted to bring up for 616 was real fast, is just the amount of things that are like coincidental with 616, like with it being Canadian Father's Day. There's a lot of parallels.
Pac's birthday.
A lot of subliminal stuff there.
A lot of subliminals that match up with 616, and the fact that he released it at 6:16 in the morning, and a bunch of other things, like it was very calculated.
We actually covered Not Like Us, Jabari. We already covered that. One of our very highly rated 9, 10 level joints.
Yeah, I gave it a 9.
That. But we covered Heart Part 6. You late to the party, bro. We've been on this. You have to hit the rewind once we upload.
Heart Part 6 caught like a 6.
Yeah, we got 6 out of 10 on Heart Part 6, man. But so where we at right now is
We just finished 616. So now what would it be? Is it Euphoria?
Euphoria.
It's Euphoria because Euphoria released after Push-Ups.
But no, we skipping one. Didn't we? Or did we just cover that? Because we just covered the AI.
We just covered. Yeah, the AI joint is. Ooh.
Yeah, so we need to cover that. So we need to cover
No,
that.
no, no, no.
No, we talked
Euphoria,
about that.
Euphoria's next.
Yeah, so it's Euphoria. There we go. Because we talked about
Yep.
the AI record.
Euphoria,
already.
and then it was Tailor Made and Push-Ups.
Push
And then
ups.
it
Yep.
was, and before that it was
Like that.
Like That.
Yeah. So Like That is what quote unquote kicked it off. So
Not
Okay.
really. It was a first-person shooter.
yeah, of course. But for this back and forth between just them two, like that kicked off all of this rah-rah for real.
Mm-hmm.
So, but first person shooter for sure could be seen as like the
The preface.
yeah, I think so.
That was the record where one side can no longer be quiet about it no more.
Mhm.
Right, 100%.
First person
Yeah,
shooter.
let's
That was one to
let's start
push
there.
one
Let's
side off
start
the
there
edge.
and work our way back forward now. So,
Yeah, that's the pin.
first person shooter. That was okay. We know
It was,
y'all.
it was a,
we
it
know
was a
y'all
hot
into
track.
it. And it was dope. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, we could tell the subliminals are obvious now. What's going on? Somebody
And
got
an amazing beat.
yeah, hell yeah.
Cole
Yep.
killed on that track. I thought Cole was the better artist on that track, personally.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Cole went crazy, and I'm kind of low key. I'm kind of low key salty that Cole backed out because I
He
feel like
knew. He knew
I
better.
feel like he
knew
needed
better.
this though, because
I
he's the
know,
guy
but-
that always gets called boring.
I know.
Yeah,
He's always been
yeah.
passive. Cool. Like, I guarantee he's somewhere in North Carolina right now, riding his bike, smoking a joint, like with no care in the world.
Like what's crazy about it?
see-
He's the most Andre 3000 that's out of the three.
Yeah.
He's the most eclectic. He's like, hey, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
That's why this is the best battle ever in history. It's so many different personalities and major names in this.
Yeah.
They coming in from different angles. They don't believe in it as much. People are betrayed. One person, two people over here might feel like, well, I never liked you, and this is a perfect time to tell you. It's like it's so many different angles and personalities in this that makes it dope. Like you can tell when 7 Minute Drill came out, Cole didn't really want to do it.
No,
I did. I felt
hesitant.
reservation. Yeah, I felt some reservation, even though he got serious at the second end. You could tell he didn't really want to be there.
Yeah, 100%.
48
100%.
hours later, he's apologizing on stage.
He was like, let me get out in front of this, man. And Jabari said, allegedly, Schoolboy Q warned him, hey, man, this is going to get ugly, bro. You might want to
back the hell out.
And
you can't just back and forth. I'm better than you.
And although I respect his decision, I don't think it was bad for him to do this. I respect it. I get it. He came out honest. He was just like, look, I got to tell y'all something. He said it in front of his audience in his show. Hey, I made a move that I haven't been able to sleep on. And I'm just telling it right now. I apologize for Kendrick, but it don't sit right with my soul. Can't get mad at that. But at the same time, this is a huge thing.
Yeah, he can know, and because his whole thing, Cole's whole thing, leading up to what happened,
was like,
I got smoke for everybody.
I wish a dude would.
Yeah.
That was
I
just
wish
what it
somebody
came out
would. He was putting that out there, and
Yep.
then
So this is a stain for him.
It's a huge
It
thing.
is.
He no
One-
longer is in the conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Big Three was dead as soon as Like That came out. But like, yeah, no, he's not. It's not. I agree with that. At the same time, too, though, like I look at it, Dot and Cole have been tight for a long time. Like they may not have done anything recently together, or even over the last 7 years. But like, Dot and Cole have been tight for a long time.
Man, I mean, you know,
Like-
he produced High Power for Kendrick. So
He produced High Power for Kendrick.
Yeah.
They did that Black
Yeah.
Friday joint where they rapped over each other's beats together.
100%.
Like
so
they've done plenty. They've done
they're
enough
actually
together.
friends. They're actually
Like there were,
friends.
and think about it. There was what 6-7 years there where they were teasing a joint collab album together, and I
Yep.
still want that. I still want it so
Yep.
bad. Like,
See, I think Drake, in the grand scheme of things and all of this, forgot one of the key elements in the art of war. You know, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. And Drake wants to be liked so much that
Kendrick
he
talks about it.
He led with kindness. He led with kindness. Hey man, come on tour with me. Hey, do this, do that, do that. Whole time Kendrick was like, "You're at where I want to be." eventually we're gonna have to settle this. I think I'm better than you, dude. And once I get to the point where I can say that and people have to respect it, I'm gonna challenge you. And Drake is looking at it like, man, bro, I thought we was cool. When Kendrick all along was like, no, bro, it's the art of war. I act like we cool until I'm in position to dethrone you, to knock you off your spot.
That's why I like the
Age old classic shit right there, man. Age
And,
old.
That's
and
why
I might have to disagree with both of y'all real quick. I still think J. Cole is part of the big three.
Oh no,
He's just absolutely number three though.
Yeah, he's
he's
short
definitely
of a three.
third.
He's
Yeah.
definitely he can't challenge for the top spot anymore. He's definitely the bronze medalist. Shout out to 81 Olympics. I know you got some. He's the
Yeah,
bronze medalist.
but I do believe those three are the head guys of rap right now in this generation.
Oh hell yeah,
without a doubt.
Those
Like
so if it was always what and this is a very New York biased way to look at it, and I hate it, but it was always Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas for the East Coast guys, right? Right now, this is the Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas type shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the
And before that, it was KRS, Big Daddy Kane, and Rakim.
All day long. Day long.
Exactly, I feel you. And for the West Coast, it was Dre, Pac, Snoop. You had the guys coming out the Bay, E40.
Yep.
All day.
Like
all day, man. Like you got. I guess
hell, even in the Dirty South, you still had had both members of Outkast. Like yeah.
If you're gonna talk about the guys from the South, the who's who guys, it's got to be Scarface. It's got to be Andre 3000, and the third person.
Maybe Lil Wayne.
I gotta put Wayne. Yeah,
I gotta put Wayne. But if you're gonna put as much as he's a fucking cornball, for putting on like dirty South culture, like as far as a figure that did it, not so much as an artist, I gotta put Lil Jon up there to a point.
I can't. He's a producer.
I feel that.
Nah, I see MJG. I see MJG and 8 Ball in the comments. Now, don't get me wrong. The crunk movement, see, that shit came and went and it aged so bad.
Right.
So bad. Like, even like Ludacris's albums. Try to go back and listen to them shits. That's the whole little era, bro. That was a bad era in hip hop, man. And
it wasn't a movement; it was a fad.
It was a fad, and the fashion reflected it too. They was the worst dressed and worst music making motherfuckers the whole culture has ever presented.
Yep.
Like, I hope pictures never resurface of me with one of them 7X white t-shirts scraping the floor, jeans so baggy you can't even see where my legs starting in. Man, that's just crazy work. That was a nasty work era for us, yo. But
it was.
So going back to where we was at, so like that, right? Kendrick says, "Oh, it's first person shooter. Okay, I see y'all. I'm gonna remove all the doubt. Fuck the big three. It's just me."
Yep.
Like, ooh.
He declared war.
I declare war. Something he's been wanting to do, not necessarily with Cole, but Cole kind of just made itself collateral damage. You gonna jump on the song with this motherfucker who I'm about to destroy? I want to destroy? Okay, you could get it too.
No, it seemed like that track was 10%, maybe 5% aimed at Cole, and the rest aimed at Drake. It seemed more like I'm about to start shooting. Watch where you're standing. Like,
yeah, but you can get it if you're standing there. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
But you know what the crazy thing is? That whole 6 tracks of Scary Hours, Cole and Drake were taking shots at Kendrick.
They were.
So even though Cole and Kendrick were cool, I don't know if it was on good terms recently, because he alluded to like ain't no big steppers, and then he also said something about
he said everybody big steppers. Yeah.
Yeah,
he been saying some little slick shit too.
He been saying some stuff, and then he was just like, "If we the big three, I'm Muhammad Ali," like saying, "Yeah, y'all here, but it's me though."
Yeah,
and then the Spider-Man
he was doing it.
Is me looking.
He was doing it too.
So he left Kendrick out.
But while it's subliminal, it's safe.
Yeah,
Kendrick removed the safety. Kendrick was like,
Absolutely.
"Oh no, ain't no big three. It's me."
Because between Dot and Cole, that's more competition of who's the better lyricist, which they've been kind of going back and forth at for 10, 12 years. Like,
I hate to say this, bro, and
but
see, this is
that's
why
fine.
that ghostwriter shit is a huge stain
Yeah,
because,
because I think all three of them on the same level lyrically.
bro, they are there. Whether it's Drake and his team of ghostwriters, all those guys are in the. Those guys, they're all on the same level lyrically, bro.
It's tough. I
Yep.
feel you. It's tough for me just because
Creatively,
the level of
and lyrically,
intellectualism.
you got to separate all of that though.
I'm like, because if I look at the
Intellectualism,
amount of the pure like intellectualism behind what Kendrick does, like
yeah,
it
of
just is
course. Kendrick
leaps
is
and bounds.
willing to tackle social constructs and other stuff that are off limits for Drake, number one, and maybe a little too,
It's too much for some people.
risque for even a J. Cole. You know what I'm
It's too
Yeah.
saying?
much for some
So
people. Like
Out
no,
of
when
out
I
of the
heard
three,
Kendrick, before
real quick, out of the three, Kendrick is the one that will not only make a classic but a masterpiece. The
yeah,
other two can't.
like when I
they
heard
just can't.
Kendrick
They just can't.
11, 12, 10 years ago, somewhere around there, rap and again, this is probably too much for some people. Like I get it, but rap about quantum physics in a quantum physics rap scheme formula, I
Yeah,
literally just blew my
but
mind.
that's the imagination and creative aspect that Kendrick is willing to go
Go
there.
to.
Like
Which
even
song was that?
I gotta look up the name of it. It was a long time ago.
that's got to be from some Section 80 era Kendrick, right?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. It was early Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City.
What was the name of his
Blissful
mixtape?
Ignorance.
Oh, you gotta
Um,
I think that joint was actually on the joint before Section 80, which was
the blissful ignorance, something like that.
uh
Overly dedicated?
overly
Overly
dedicated.
dedicated.
Yeah.
That's right. It
Kendrick
was
was
Ignorance is
going.
Bliss was a song on there.
That's right around the time, man, where I had met Kendrick down in South by Southwest. And just to show you how far these cats have come, man. I remember seeing Kendrick at South by Southwest with Top Dog and all them guys before any of this shit.
It
And
was the
like,
song. So the name of the song is Nostalgia, and it's a
yeah.
feature Kendrick had on a Pusha T track.
Oh,
Oh.
that joint is foolishness. That is upper echelon lyricism. And those are he made even Pusha T sound extremely mediocre on that record.
And that was basically Rookie Dot. That was Rookie K Dot.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is full circle because beef with Pusha T, Kendrick beef with Kendrick.
Yeah. There it is, man. So
When did that song come out? When did?
Since Like That was a feature, I'm not gonna rate it. It just was. It was a launch. You know, it was a launch pin. It was a linchpin. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna rate that.
I give it an 8 if I do rate it.
Just the audacity. Yeah, I can see that. The audacious nature of saying, "Nah, fuck all that shit. Ain't no."
You said you gave it what, Saya?
If I was to, even though it's just a verse and not a song, if I was to rate it, I give it an 8.
I'm gonna say I give the song as entirety as an 8 because the way Metro went in on it too, especially with that aggressive ass at the after Future's second verse and Future's verse, even though he's more on the mumble rap side of things, like Future's verses were still crazy.
Yeah,
It was
Future's
Metro's
dope,
production.
man. Like
It was Future's
his music
production.
is incredibly ignorant, but yeah, Future is dope as hell, and he comes from good stock. He's product of the Dungeon family, man. Come on, he know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
But yeah, the way Metro, the production on Like That with Metro.
And the Like That joint is hip hop as hell. Is it like as you know, you want to kill the argument that random people just jumping in this shit and have no idea about hip hop? Ask them, hey, where's that song sample from? Just ask them, and they won't be able to answer for you. Matter of fact, that's a challenge for the comments. What's the original sample for the Like That record? Because it's a hip hop anthem
classic
from
it's
way back in the day, and it's a West Coast shit.
I was about to say it's West Coast.
Ain't it a classic on more than one song too?
Hell yeah,
couple
It
different
was
ones.
used more than once.
It's been used more than once, but that was maybe the best way I've heard it used.
Absolutely, but the original song, man, drop it in the comments. So We're
I'm
gonna
waiting
wrap
to
up
see.
ranking these joints. We're not ranking them, but there you go. Rodney and Joe Cooley.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, one of the elder statesmen. Good. Hey, real quick, I gotta plug him. Y'all gotta follow the homie DJ Medi already on TikTok. He be going crazy. Shout out to you, bro. Rodney Yo and Joe Cooley. Yes, sir. So that's hip hop as hell. You know what I'm saying? Everlasting bass. Yes, sir. A lot of people don't know that. They just
Mm-hmm.
turning up to the record. Yo, this shit is hip hop, man.
Along with
Even-
the Eazy-E sample.
yes, sir. This is all hip hop shit, man.
Okay,
So
that's the one I was thinking about. Easy E.
yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's from the NWA shit. You know
Easy.
what
It
I'm
was the
saying?
Easy Does It sample.
I
He
need
was
Yep.
every
So
from
those are the two biggest. Those are the two biggest records, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. So, but the Everlasting Bass joint, that's the first time I ever heard that record, Rodney O and Joe Cooley, all day long, man. So y'all make sure, let me put that back up there. Y'all go follow the homie, man. You turn it up on TikTok because hey, live mixes, turn him up, man. He be going crazy over there, man. Shout out to you tapping in. And so we almost at the end, man. Where
went like
you,
that. Now it's push-ups.
so now it's push-ups. Drop and give me 50. He went at, Drake took some slick shots like, hey man, your paperwork messed up. You know what I'm saying? You can't compete. You know what I'm saying? Like,
These song names are unbelievable.
dude,
Yeah.
think about it.
The
Think about it.
creativity behind the song names are 10. It's perfect.
Absolutely. 10 out of 10 for the artwork, the visuals, everything that's going
Creativity, just in
into
general.
Yep.
the creativity has been on 1,000.
Drop and give me 50. That's super clever.
Mm-hmm.
Push-ups, drop and give me 50. Your paperwork messed up, Kendrick. Why you coming for me? You know what I'm saying? Kicked it off some light. Hey, get your business in order. What else are some notable bars from push-ups?
He made another Mike Jack reference.
The Mike Jack reference. That was a big line. That was the
It
big
was a
line.
good one.
It was a good one.
That was one of the
I
big
do
lines of that.
very much enjoy the parallels between Michael Jackson, Prince, and Kendrick Drake, because you have one
Yep.
side that was like the media pop star everywhere with
It's very much so relevant.
MJ, and now you got that with Drake. He's the Sprite commercials everywhere, all of that. Where you got the more eclectic, more artistic, kind of silent, moving more in the shadows type with Prince and Drake. I mean, not Prince, but Prince and Dot.
You could very much so correlate those guys.
Yep.
If you wanted to do the Mike Jack Prince. So damn, who would that make Cole? Rick James?
My guy said Lionel Richie. That killed
Oh,
me.
Lionel Richie, man.
I would. That's an insult. I would say Rick James.
I gotta give him better than Lionel, because
Rick
Lionel
James.
Richie, man.
It gotta be James Brown or Rick James. It gotta be one of them two.
Yeah, man. You can't be Lionel Richie. That's
Brown might be a bit
disrespectful
too
as
far.
hell, bro.
I'll give him Rick James. James Brown might be a bit too far. Rick
You know
James.
what? I'm gonna give him Rick James because Rick James was always the nigga talking about, hey man, fuck Prince and Michael Jackson. They stealing my shit. I'm the great.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest one.
He felt like he was there.
Yeah. So the whole Muhammad Ali bar from Cole
Fits right
that's
in.
very Rick James's,
Rick
bro.
James
Like,
is, yeah.
what are y'all talking about? I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna make him Rick James in this, and that is not crackhead Rick James, dope artist Rick James hit records.
Yep.
Hey, don't get it twisted now.
Working that shit on
It was
stage.
a lot of swagger Jack and Rick James. It was a lot of swagger Jack and Rick James. So let's acknowledge that too. But yeah, man, push-ups. It was okay. Okay, Kendrick. I see. Okay, you drawing your line in the sand. I'm up the score. Let's go.
I
And
gave
then
it. I would say, what's your ratings? I'll wait for y'all ratings.
I think I'm at a 7 out of 10
Yeah.
with push-ups.
I was gonna give it a 6. I was gonna give it a 6.
I got
Just again,
I got a 7.
I got it
I
at a
just-
7.
I give it a 6 just because. Gosh, I'm blanking on what I'm trying to call it. Just the content in itself just seemed weak in comparison to what everyone else had done. Kendrick was saying this, the big three, the whole shebang, and then it was, oh, your feet are small and short.
It was some corny lines in there. I ain't
I
gonna
was
lie.
just like,
But I don't think at that point in time Drake was understanding. He doesn't. He really doesn't
I don't
understand the
think he
art of
understands how
war.
much.
He
I don't think he
doesn't
understands how
understand the
much,
art of war. He was
or how
probably
much
like,
Kendrick hates
"Oh, we're
him.
just having fun. We're just doing a couple diss records back and forth."
Make
Whole
some
time
money.
Kendrick is really like,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to cancel you. And so I want to go back to it. Oh, go for it, Saya. What were you saying, Saya?
I actually think they both know the art of war really well, but Kendrick got his number.
That's what it is. So
Drake is real slick.
Oh, he's slick about it, but he's still not, in my opinion, willing to go to the extremes that someone who hates you is. You know what I'm saying? We weren't never sure that he really hated Kendrick, and I think if it was somebody big enough to mediate it, Kendrick would be the first guy to stick his hand out. Hey man, let's let bygones be bygones. I think Drake would be the first guy to do that, whereas Kendrick would be like, yeah, okay, and then he got a whole knife in his palm to shake his hand. You know, Kendrick
Or
want
hit him
blood, bro.
with the George Bush handshake where he lets him know, like, yeah, I'm on top.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, okay, but you know what this is. You know, like Kendrick is on that type of timing. And I guess we gotta talk about Cole's diss while we're at it.
Yeah, 7-minute drill. Jabari brought up a point of like, what's the end game though? Kendrick ain't seeming to budge one bit. To me, it seems like Kendrick's not budging until Drake gets canceled.
Bro, and that goes back to what we talked about earlier. And if y'all missed it, hit the rewind button. It's a feature. Once you use the pedophile card, there ain't no turning back. You have to hate this guy to say that. He could have subliminally said, hey, bro, I think you touch little kids and all that shit in way more slick ways. Come on, man. Kendrick is an elite level lyricist. He could have subliminally said that. He wanted to let it be known you're a pedophile, bro. And you ain't denied it yet.
I heard you like him young. Better not
You're
ever go to cell block 1.
There's no coming back for that, bro. There's no coming back from that. They can't be friends, bro. There's no way in hell you can be cool with anybody that called you a pedophile, bro. That's the lowest of the low to me. Like, you go to jail, right? You could be a serial killer. You could be a super thug, gangster, gang chief. Go to jail and be a pedophile. I dare you.
You don't make it. You don't make it. Like, you either don't make
Unless
it, or
you're R. Kelly. Somehow he ain't dead yet. I don't know.
Or you're an absolute just. I don't know. You are somebody's bitch. Like, you have, like, there's it's one of two ways. You don't.
Yeah. Go to jail and be a pedophile, bro. That's the lowest of the low in society, bro. Like, right now, like, somebody.
I'd rather be dead. I would rather be dead.
Find out you touch little kids, bro. I can't fuck with you on no level. Period. There's no coming back from that. So for him to say that in front of the world, there's no coming back from that.
Standing on it.
And he's standing on it to the point where Universal Music Group is like, hey, man, we talking about endorsement money. Hey, we cool out. Cool out. You know what I'm saying? Because now you'll see the powers that be start to move shit, and you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. That's when motherfuckers start actually coming up dead. So cut that shit the fuck out. Hey, let's take it back a couple notches. That's where I'm at with it. But that brings us to Euphoria, right?
I mean, so yeah, we still didn't really go over 7-minute drill. There wasn't much to really go off of over that, other than just like he said it.
He waved the white flag, bro. It's kind of hard to. I mean,
I will say he waited. He waited that full week to take it down, though. He waited that full week to take it down. He got his money off of it.
He for sure
got his money off of it.
So 7-minute drill, bro. 7-minute drill, man. I'm gonna come to you for this one.
You could hear his skill, but he was holding his punches, and it made sense when he came out and apologized, because I felt that way. It was just like, you don't really sound like you want to go at him, because you know you once had a friendship with this guy.
Right.
I could hear it. I could hear it in your tone.
Who was like, I don't know.
He was pulling his punches.
Yeah, like I think we still could be cool. And then, of course, they chopped it up at one of his shows. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He brought him out. So it's like, yeah, I think he still valued the friendship enough to be like, hey man, I'm gonna dish you, bro, but I'm not
Which
trying to.
I respect to a
And
certain, like, I respect that to a certain extent. Like, no reason to bring up beef with somebody you're tight, like, you are actually cool with. Like,
which leads me to another point I wanted to make too, fellas. Is Drake even cancelable? I made up a word right there. Is he cancelable? That's hard to say.
I don't think so.
I don't think he is, bro.
if
I
proof
don't think
comes
so.
out, I think so. I think so. Because we saw
Yeah,
someone that
yeah.
we didn't think was cancelable before. Like, what? Like, look at OJ. No one thought OJ was God walking along. I was the Hertz man.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, I stand corrected. If the allegations are true, he's out of there.
If proof comes out,
but
that's
it'll
why I
have
think
to
there's more
be.
tracks to be released. Because I don't think Kendrick's going to say that shit baselessly. I really don't.
We live in an era though where it can't be he say she say type proof.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like some video surfacing or some
Mm-hmm.
crazy documentation, which is going to be hard to come by now that the powers that be are saying, "Hey, y'all need to chill."
I feel you. Because, like, look at even what happened in the world of in the wrestling world. Like, Vince McMahon canceled
Cancel, bro.
nowhere, taken completely off of his
Cancel,
entire own
bro.
company.
Canceled. R. Kelly doubled down on being a weirdo and still hung in there for the long haul until he ran out of
Canceled.
money. He ran out of money.
And then
I don't
you got
think
him crying. I'm
the
fighting for my
machine
life,
will
man.
ever truly let Drake run out of resources to still stay where he's at. Unless somebody is like, hey, Drake, man, this is you giving back shots to a 12-year-old, bro. Explain yourself. He's donezoed in. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I take my answer back. If any of this is proven true about the underage girl thing, I think they're gonna cancel him like they did Kanye. Kanye just happened to be strong enough to fight back.
Yeah.
I don't think Drake is strong enough to beat it. I think he'll get beat.
I don't think he's got the mentality to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Nah.
The difference in being
Kanye's working with a little something extra there.
it's the difference with
Yeah.
being from Chicago and being from Forest Hills, Ontario. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to even make it out of here, the amount of hatred you have to deal with at the surface level is crazy. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
making it out of Chicago is crazy. The amount of gatekeeping and petty beefs and all types of stuff you have to deal with it to make it as an artist out of Chicago. We have tons of talent here, but it's too much backstabbing, it's too much hating, it's too much stuff. So for you to come out of here and elevate, he's battle tested. It's like there's nothing that you can do to me. That's how Kanye approaches it. There's nothing you can do to me. And he was like, I'm going to take it to the point where I'm going to push the envelope. And if I don't die, then they can't kill me. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're at with Kanye now, to the point where he's damn near completely self-sufficient now. Everything
Yeah.
he's doing is going to be at the independent level.
And with him,
And he's ready to die.
He's ready to die. That's a level of fearlessness that can't too many people say they have approached, man. You know what I'm saying? So
the way he set it up, like, you're either a fan and you're with him, or you hate him. Like the way that Kanye set that up now, especially post post cancel attempt and stuff like that. Yeah, I saw that too, Jason. But like,
hey, Gray, man. Shout out to the homie Gray Storm, man. One of the illest producers too, man. This is crazy work, but the way that happened, since it was like at a show, once again, it's about the people around you. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't have found no grown up girl to come up on that stage, bro. Like, you know what a kid look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but I would have made sure that was a grown up. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring nobody I got a question on the stage. And then Drake was saying little creepy shit like, "Ooh, you thick to be 17." Like, cool out, bro. Stop. People got cameras. This ain't 94, Joe. We can't go back. You know what I'm saying? Like people go record this shit, bro, and it's gonna rear its ugly head. Look at people trying to use it now, even to the point where Shorty was like, "Look, man, I'm in law school. Leave me alone." You know what I'm saying? Shorty had to come out and say something. So this shit
And
can
this is
get
enough.
real ugly, man.
There's
And
another
it
thing
is.
too. Back in what was that? Back in 2019, Drake paid a UK woman $350,000 in a settlement for a sexual assault suit filed back in 2017.
And that's crazy work. Now, see, we live in an era where paperwork comes out. So we got to be careful, bro. How bad is Kendrick really wanting this dude to be completely extinct? You got to pay for that paperwork if you really hate him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where we at with it. Snitch paperwork hit the internet now. It hit the internet.
Mhm.
I saw King Von's autopsy photo on the internet.
Yep.
Crazy work. Nothing is off limits now. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for some paperwork, man, if it's real. You know what I'm saying? For me, I hope it's not, bro. I hope it's cap. And I hope some of the shit that Drake said is cap and this all dies down and we can all go back and be like, man, that was a dope ass battle, man. And that just be the end of it.
Yep.
I don't want this battle to be smeared with pedophile energy and
Or nobody's life ruined.
Nobody's life ruined, no wife beater energy. That's real dysfunctional shit in real life, bro. That supersedes any of this shit. You know, that those are real problems. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it, man. But as far as for the culture goes and all of that, man, I'm putting this because of the volume, the
names
level of star
involved.
power, the music involved. For me, this is number one all time in my battles list. Leave it in the comments if y'all think we got something crazier. This is
Yep.
number
This
one.
number
For me,
one.
man. This is number
This
one.
number
for me.
one for
Most
me too.
definitely.
Number one for me.
The
We're
rapid
talking about
succession, like this, how fast they've gotten tracks out one after another.
yeah. And more importantly, man, nobody's dead yet. And I hope it stays that way.
Oh, and I grade Taylor made an 8.
Taylor Made gets an 8. Let's talk about it.
That's the controversial AI joint.
That's the AI joint for sure. And then we'll get to Euphoria and we'll wrap this up tonight. But Taylor
I think
Made,
that's it.
we ain't
We didn't
talking
really
about
go over
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
I don't think we talked
Okay.
about Euphoria. So let's knock these two out. So Taylor Made, man, we're gonna let you run point on this one, Saya.
I am the minority of this one.
Yes, sir.
I really liked it a lot because I'm taking the perspective that, okay, over the last couple of days, about 6 people have dissed you, and J. Cole backed out. So now you're alone.
Yeah.
It's going to get ugly now. So if I'm Drake, I'm going to play dirty. I'm going to sling mud. I'm going to do the shit that's against man code. I'm trying to violate and knock out as many heads as I can. So
Yes,
him going and grabbing a deceased person that a lot of people love, like Tupac, using his voice without anyone's permission, and then doubling down and using Snoop's voice when Snoop is alive, and you're just using it without his permission.
that's crazy.
Like he's going to see what you're doing with his voice. So you're really backstabbing and playing dirty. And the fact that all of those people were going at him at the same time, never seen that in rap history. I like that Drake played the villain and doubled down and took that route because the song sounds dope. So for me, I like it, and I know everybody else hates it.
Nah, man, I got a new level of respect for that record, and for me, I got it at a 7.
I got an 8.
That's a good rating. That's a good rating, man. I got it at a 7. I guess for one of the reasons that you brought up, all the codes was off limits. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I get it.
And it's such a violation that nobody else could do it. So it's like he took that one bomb that just can't be put back in his thing. You picked it up, you got to use it.
Yeah,
I love that it's so dirty that nobody else could pick it up and do it because it'll just be corny.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
no, we frowned upon Drake doing it. There's nowhere we're gonna tolerate it from you. Like
Which
Right.
is
it's over.
in terms of the culture for beat makers, MCs. This whole AI shit is getting crazy, y'all. Like
Yep.
sites stuff like Band Lab, and I got some other secret weapons. I ain't finna leak it because y'all bite too much out in this motherfucker. But yeah, it's getting real to the point
Yep.
where, hey, you can't tell no more. Like for us, even throughout this whole battle, underrated fact that I want to pull forward is we was waiting for confirmation. Like, man, I don't even, is this AI? Like, we had to really ask ourselves that.
Yeah.
So, what if Universal Music Group was like, look, man, we just gonna blame all this shit on AI, and they all come out and be like, yeah, it was AI, y'all. We was just trolling y'all. That'll be the biggest. Hold on, where it's at? That'll be the biggest.
If
hip-hop
that
history.
happened, I won't know if I could trust anything.
I
ever
wouldn't
again.
trust anything hip hop puts forward ever.
Not just
again
hip hop.
if that
I just
happens.
wouldn't trust jack shit ever. Like
I
not
already
like not
don't, low key. Already
like I'm
don't.
right there with
You know what
you.
I'm saying?
Like that's part of my issue.
Already
But
don't.
like
But I don't think AI would even allow a motherfucker to type in pedophile bars. I think the AI itself, like, hey, hold on, you sure you want me to say this? I don't think it. I think AI police itself, like, hey man, yeah. AI start talking to you like, hey bro, you
that's just
really
the
want
thing.
to
Like
call him a pedophile?
that's just the
That's
biggest difference
crazy work.
between them to me is just like because Drake's got multiple people helping him write and stuff like that, and the intelligence and the depth of the depth of the bars just don't quite match up to what Kendrick is doing solo.
That and that's one of the things where I think overall that's how Kendrick will take the battle because it's the codes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And while Kendrick was willing to cross the boundaries of man code, like, hey, I think you're a weirdo and a pedophile, bro. He never broke any hip hop code. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
True.
on the side of most hip hop heads and stuff, that would put Kendrick, even if it's the slightest advantage, would still give him an advantage, even to the point where Rolling Stone, and why they always got to feel the need to speak on the culture, man. Y'all stay over there. Rolling Stone,
Rolling Stone just has to speak on music, period.
yeah, I get it, but stay over there this time. Sit this one out, Rolling Stone. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all always coming in and giving your opinion when nobody asked you for it. You
Shit,
know
let
what I'm
Vibe
saying?
and Complex handle this one.
And I'm on the fence with them. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop media is trash right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Imagine if there were still a Source Awards. I said it earlier. Imagine if there were still a Source Awards.
we need that energy back.
We
man.
need it. I need it. I was thinking it
All
earlier.
y'all
Like, I
got to
wouldn't-
show up to LA and New York, wherever it's gonna be at, and let's see
and
if y'all
like, I just
really
want to
ready to
see
get
an
it
old
cracking.
dirty bastard storm stage like so bad.
Shout out ODB for. And see it. I want to say this too, man. Motherfuckers know better not to mess with the woo.
I swear.
People know
Joe
better
Bu-
not to
hey,
mess with
Joe
the woo.
Budden learned his lesson.
Joe Budden found out the hard way. Fat Joe found out the hard way. A lot of people found out the hard way.
There's
Hey,
too
man.
many of them that are too damn good. Like,
Hey man,
and too
not
real.
even that, bro. Like
In the streets.
them Wu-Tang dudes was real certified street dudes, man. A lot of cats don't know. Power was a real certified shot calling, real stepper. Like Wu-Tang was backed by goons, bro. A whole lot of them. So you want to diss Wu-Tang, you better be ready for some physical altercations, whatever come with that. So, but other than that, man,
What was
like
it? Didn't Ray punch Joe Budden in the face? What was something along those lines, right?
hey man, it's consequences and
Yep.
repercussions. Don't diss the clan, bro. It's them hey, them put it out there. They wasn't rocking with Biggie and them off rip and nothing happened.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They put it out there like, hey, we don't want niggas sounding like
they
us
always
on no
believed that
album.
because they always believed that Biggie stole Nas's cover art.
They put it out there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Like
Yeah. No,
The Wu was some of the most non-subliminal cats in the
it
history of
was
hip hop.
literally went to Shark.
They
It
got a
literally went to
problem with you, they gonna say it.
it literally went to Shark, where they started talking about people stealing Nas's shit, to then verbal intercourse on only
To
built for
having
Cuban
Nas
links,
on the record. You
to
know what
having
I'm saying?
Nas on the record.
So yeah, it's crazy work, man. And you know, Biggie Nas never got a chance to do a record together, right?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
I hate that for hip hop. I hate that for hip hop, man, because even Biggie and Pac was jamming on shit together once upon a time, or at least doing shows. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You can
So
find enough, like, I mean, M even helped produce one, the I forget the name of the track, but where they mashed up Biggie and Pac's
he
versus
did.
posthumous.
Right, absolutely. So Eminem is a terrible producer, by the way. I'm sorry,
Oh
Em.
yeah, no, I feel you on that. Like, no, but yeah,
Sorry, Em. But God damn. But sorry for you. He had to catch a stray right there. But hey, I don't know how to do nothing else but keep it real, man. But man, good speak tonight, man. This was heavy. We talking almost 2.5 hours, man. Action packed. This how incredible this battle was, how significant in hip hop history this moment was in time, man. And we gonna look back, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we all could be old, washed up, and still talking about this 20 years later, man. Like, wow, y'all remember when Kendrick and Drake went at it and J. Cole quit and all that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I
mm-hmm.
hope this ain't one of those moments where, like, you know, modern day, man, stuff happens and then it goes away. That's why like a lot of music doesn't get appreciated
Mm-hmm.
now as it is, because everything is so microwave. You know what I'm saying? So like,
This this is
Yeah, this gonna be forever.
this is gonna be a
yeah,
landmark in hip hop history and rap culture for sure.
absolutely, man. Like we still got people making TikTok dances to Not Like Us, and we still got people going to bat for Drake like that, like he they first cousin and stuff, man. It's crazy out there. Like all you gotta do is go on social media, throw a hashtag in, and you off to the races. I'm
You will
telling you,
find the Glazers.
the Glazers are there. The Portland Trail Glazers are out there, big time. I'm telling you, man. But definitely a monumental moment in hip hop history, man. We gonna wrap this up. Much love to you, Sire, for coming on, man. Plug your socials and what you got
Yes,
going on
sir.
with Rap Academy, bro.
Um, you can find me on two different social media accounts. One is gonna have my music, my sneaker collection, everything I got going on myself. That's all one word. It's Boom Box Bully. All one word. The other one, I review albums, just like the Source Double XL used to do, and you can find that on Rap_Academy.
Yes, sir. Definitely, man. Y'all tap in, bro. Like my boy Sire, man, he is really a product of this culture. So when he's defending it with the vigor and the passion that he does, you know what I'm saying? I hope if you tuned in tonight that you turn down on that trolling a little bit, man, because this is really coming from a place of love and respect for the hip hop culture.
and
And an
and
outstanding
objectivity.
member. And objectivity from an outstanding member, though. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I had to pull back.
we gonna plug them socials, man. At Boombox Bully, all one word, right there on the screen.
Yep.
And bear with us, y'all, because we in the middle of a rebrand. And real quick, shout out to all of y'all, man, that been turning us up on YouTube since the NFL draft, yo. We matter of fact, let's go ahead and let me pull the stats and the analytics up. But y'all have turned us up, man, to the point of 1,300 subscribers on YouTube, man. We literally a week and a half ago was at 220, 217. My bad. So y'all been turning us up, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's one thing to go back and forth with people, but let's start supporting each other a lot more, because hey, man, he should be able to Rap Academy, Boombox Bully. For y'all that don't know, Sia's one of the dopest artists, man. Buy some paintings and stuff from you. I'm gonna be shopping with you, man, because I'm still building my studio out. I'm gonna need some
Yes,
hardware
sir.
from you, man. So as soon as I get this little knucklehead 300-pound future NFL player out my head, man, I'm gonna be spending some bread with you, bro. But it's
Yep.
camp season right now. I'm broke. And he keep turning up and dominating at these camps, and it's costing me more money. I need him to get put on his butt a couple times so I can save a couple dollars. But that ain't gonna happen because I'm training them. So, but yeah, man, y'all start showing more love, man, and stop trolling so damn much, man. I know it's fun, and trolling is fun and is tempting as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because you might feel a certain way about somebody, like, and we don't always disagree, man. Like, I remember one time I said something slick on one of your posts, bro, and then we had to actually talk. Like, hey man, I'm just bullshitting, right? I don't really mean this. You really my friend. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
the internet be spinning shit. So if you got a problem with somebody, man, talk to them, talk it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
And most of the time it diffuses like it should.
absolutely.
Hmm.
If, as
We
real
we big
men,
we bigger than all this trivial
all
stuff.
day
Like
long, man. All day
I'll
long.
never turn up on one of my guys because of an opinion about Michael Jordan and LeBron. It,
Exactly,
that's
bro. And I see that
that
way too
can't
much.
even enter your mind.
I see that way too much, man. I see people falling out about stuff that they have no business falling out about, man. All of
It's
this,
either some trivial BS or a female. I swear.
absolutely,
Super
bro.
trivial.
Always, man. So we gonna keep that good energy going, man. Gavin, appreciate you for coming on, man. He's gonna be heading up a show on the channel, man. And I love having this young perspective and energy from somebody who respects and appreciates the culture, because it ain't just a bunch of old heads talking now. You can't use that card on us. We gonna let so Gavin's gonna be heading up his own hip hop shows in the works, and I'm gonna be the wing man, but he's the point guard on that show, and it's gonna be dope. And we gonna keep cranking out this content, man. You're gonna see a lot of collaborations with me and Saya going forward on the channel, all types of stuff, man. This collaboration, not confrontation. That's the energy we pushing.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, if the drill rappers could try to push peace, man, why can't we? You know what I'm saying? So
Right. It
I
should be
thought
our
we was ready
nature.
to there. It's got to be our nature, man. Like, cause look at them cats, man. They are literally dying for clout. That shit is wild. Like,
Shit is dumb.
I'm gonna say something real deep. One of the big reasons I left Chicago, to pursue, of course, more professional goals and things like that, and it was the right move for me at the time. But I'm back home now. But I had buried 3 kids in a 5-month span, and we were doing me and the homie Water. Shout out to one of the dopest MCs in the city, the homie Water, man. We
Yes,
were
sir.
doing a hip hop program at Urban Prep Academy over in Inglewood, and it got to the point where we ended up burying some of them kids, man, and it broke me, and I had to get the hell out of here. I ain't gonna lie to you, I had to get the hell out of here, man. I was like, I need to change the scenery. This is crazy. To go to 3 funerals like that, I was
Yeah.
like, yo, we need to change the scenery, man. And that's why I don't want this shit here to get out of hand, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. Let's enjoy the music. Let's enjoy the bars. And I hate to say it, I wouldn't be mad if they actually pull back on all the pedophile stuff and all of that if it's not true. But it's crazy because if Kendrick's standing on it, he must know something we don't.
Yep.
And hey, man, to be
I just,
continued. To be
yeah.
continued, right? To be continued, man. But shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Sibling Rivalry Media. The reason why we call it that is because we want y'all, of course, to feel like brothers and sisters of the platform. It's not because, you know what I'm saying, I'm fighting over my actual brother over the remote or some shit. So become a brother and a sister of the platform. Subscribe to the YouTube, the Patreon, and of course the Facebook, man. And we will get up out of here and see y'all the next time. Peace.